steady, reliable, strong. The same things you want from your sports team, you want from your insurance company. Well, we're here to tell you that we've got your back to protect what matters most. So support your mutual with pride, and we'll serve you with honor. North Star Mutual Insurance Company, a personable company, keeping you on course. Proud supporter of Lakeview Athletics.
The Schaefer's 5 generations of towing began in 1920 in Renville, a small town in western Minnesota. It all started with one tow truck and a phone number that was only 3 digits long. Today, the Schaefers provide towing and roadside services across the nation and have over 100 pieces of equipment. Everyone asks me where the Pulver name comes from. My great-grandpa purchased Pulver Towing in the 1980s and chose to keep the name. The Schaefers and Pulver Towing have provided services for over 100 years, and we will continue to be there when you need them most. Pulver Towing. Big or small, we tow them all.
Did you know the Lakeview Booster Club supports the communities of Cottonwood and Wood Lake in addition to supporting the Lakeview School District? The mission of the Booster Club is to be a supporting organization for all Lakeview extracurricular, co-curricular, and Lakeview-affiliated enrichment programs. The Lakeview Booster Club is proud to be the main supporter of all Lakeview athletic, fine arts, and school activity live streams. Please consider supporting the Lakeview Booster Club by scanning our QR code on the screen or visiting lakeviewboosterclub.com.
First independent bank, big enough to know business, small enough to know you.
Oh yeah, I'll take you dancing in the country. Levi's in them low boots, spin you in some red dirt, sweep you off.
All right, welcome to Cottonwood, Minnesota on a nice Friday afternoon for a little Lady Laker softball. Mike Roush, once again, joined by Mr. Phil Lallam.
Welcome, Michael.
He's got everything set up here for us again. Lovely. And Lacey's running the camera again. Good job by Lacey, as always. The umpires are meeting with the coaches and the captains out at home plate to go over ground rules at this point. It is a doubleheader this afternoon. The Lakers will be the home team to start the first game, and Minneota will be the home team in the second game. Minneota comes into this Camden Conference game 10-1, so they've got a pretty successful season, roughly a little over the halfway point, I think it is. The Lakers come in at what did you figure? 3-6.
3-6.
3-6 for the Lady Lakers. Came off 2 losses to a pretty good YME team last night in Granite Falls. Was colder than all get out last night. Much better today. Protected in the press box here by the wind as well. So nice night for softball. They're getting close here to finishing up the ground rules. Mr. Lallam will then do starting lineups for both teams. And is there going to be a national anthem today?
We will have an anthem as well.
All right. Anything else for the greater good?
It's 59 degrees right now. We got a 15-mile-an-hour wind out of the northwest, so just barely out of the west, but mainly north.
This press box was built in the right direction for that kind of wind. That's for sure. It's completely out of it. So.
Yeah. Any west wind is perfect for this press box.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, yeah, just within the last hour, Mike, it finally got nice out here. Sun came out. Beautiful day for softball.
I did my little morning walk in Marshall today in between the work hours, and I was like, holy smokes, it's cold out. But, yeah, I bet definitely got nicer as the day went on. Looks like the weekend's supposed to be pretty nice, too. Are we about ready for starting lineups? All right, here we go.
Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to Lakeview High School for today's Camden Conference softball game between the Minneota Canby Vikings and your Lakeview Lakers. Let's meet today's teams, beginning with the reserves for the Vikings. Number 8, Greta Bicey. Number 9, Winifred Swedzinski. Really quiet? Okay. Test 1, 2. How's that? Whoops. Test 1, 2. Test.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay, now we're up and running. Okay, let's do this again. Welcome to Lakeview High School. We know where we're at. Okay, let's meet today's lineups, beginning with the Vikings. Number 8, Greta Bicey. Number 9, Winifred Swedzinski. Number 11, Reese Sano. Number 14, Mackenzie Benarik. And number 17, Jasmine Peterson. The starting line for the Vikings, leading off third baseman number 1, Isabel Halzabus. Batting second, the catcher number 13, Kirsten Halzabus. Batting third in center field, number 2, Joelle Otto. Batting fourth, the pitcher number 3, Madison Hennon. Batting fifth, the first baseman number 4, Courtney Anthony. Batting sixth at second base, number 12, Dakota Pesh. Batting seventh in left field, number 6, Emily Walker. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 15, Danny Kockelman. And batting ninth in right field, number 5, Jayla Jerzak. And that's the Minneota Vikings and their head coach, Heidi Luwaji. And now let's meet the Lakers, beginning with the reserves. Number 4, Emma Brucefin. Number 6, Taylon Meyer. Number 7, Addison Bowe. And number 20, Tegan Complin. And now the starting lineup for the Lakers, leading off at shortstop, number 5, Kiera Hins. Batting second, the pitcher, number 14, Tegan Feeney. Batting third, the second baseman, number 1, Morgan Velde. Batting fourth, the designated player, number 9, Kenzie Herrick. Batting fifth in center field, number 3, Aubrey Peterson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gavareski. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 13, Addison Hins. Batting ninth in right field, number 2, Avery Hins. And today's flex player in left field, number 12, McKenna Anderson. And that's the starting lineup for the Lakers and their head coach, Linnea Stibbe. The umpires for today's game, Bob Dolan and Dan Dolan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we ask that you please stand to fable, remove your hats, and face the flag towards the football field as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem.
The baseball team? Oh. And a little off. Yeah. All right, here we go. Got the national anthem out of the way.
Well, that was a disaster to start. Oh, jeez.
He got the bad stuff out of the way, so everything from there on is going to be good to go.
Hopefully.
Lakers will get warmed up here. Umpires for today are the Dolan brothers. We got Mr. Dan Dolan out at on the bases, and Bob Dolan will be behind the plate in game one. Typically we'll switch when it comes around to game two. Lakers with a little different lineup today. Aubrey Rausch is not here, so who is in left today?
McKenna Anderson.
McKenna's out in left today.
Yeah. Aubrey Peterson's in center field. First time I've seen her play all year.
She played last night a little bit, so good to see her back on the field.
Yeah, broke her nose in a scrimmage game with Marshall before the season even started, and so now it's nice to see her back on the field.
Lakers have been hit by the injury bug for sure to get the season off the start here. So they got Emma Brucevin is on the bench with I think she had a concussion too.
Yeah, she got hurt during basketball this weekend.
Yep.
Or this past weekend.
Hopefully they'll all be ready to go when playoffs come around here in a couple weeks.
Leading off for the Vikings in the top of the first inning, third baseman number 1, Isabel Halzabus.
All right, Tegan Feeney's on the mound today for game one, looking to get things started here. And here's the first pitch, a little high.
First pitch comes at 4:34, temperature 59 degrees.
You would have had that volume right from the start. Would have been 4:30 start right on the button, huh?
Oh, it would have been maybe 1 minute earlier.
A little higher. Oops, I got to keep going here. We got 1-1 here.
And you do have 2 jobs today, Mike.
I do. So 1-1 to the leadoff hitter here for the Vikings. There's a fly. Oh, nice catch at third base by, is that Addison?
Oh,
Yeah, Addison's at third.
Yep, Addison's at third.
She's snow-calling that one. Nice catch.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kirsten Halzabus. Clear the count. Here.
Yeah. There's a first pitch ball.
Oh, I got to do my job here, too. Switch the batter. Ooh, that one was really close, Mike.
2-0.
2-0.
Showing a bunt here. I think she's trying to get her to throw a strike. There's a pop-up down the third base line. It's going to get out of play for a foul ball. So 2 balls and a strike, I believe. There's a windup and a pitch. There's a line drive into center field right at Aubrey Peterson, though. Nice job. Well hit ball, but right to her. So 2 quick outs for the Lakers.
Now batting center fielder, number 2, Joelle Otto. Sorry, Mike.
Nope, in the top of the first. That one's low. Nice scoop by Taylor.
2 hard hit balls for the Vikings to start this game, but 2 good defensive plays for the Lakers.
Yeah, Aubrey Peterson did the right thing, took a step in there and made a nice play on that one.
As a pitcher, you want to see that. That just builds a lot of trust in your defense around you when they're making plays behind you. You're more willing to throw those strikes and hittable balls.
Absolutely. Good start here. Let's see if they can get the third out. That one's up in the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Evens it up at 2-2. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, fields it, makes a nice throw, gets a third out.
Nice play for the Lakers again. For the Vikings in the top of the first inning, they go 3 up and 3 down. Do it for the Lakers. Kiera Hins, Tegan Feeney, and Morgan Velde.
So, clean first inning for the Lakers, 3 up, 3 down. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Farmers typically only get one chance to plant their crop that they rely on for the year. At DJ's Planter Sales and Service LLC, we provide agricultural technologies and a top-notch service-first mentality, creating a more efficient and effective pass across the field. DJ's Planter Sales and Service is located 2 miles east of Cottonwood. Call Dale at 507-829-1220 or email us at djsplantersales@gmail.com.
Mistaken, always second guessing, underestimated. Look, I'm still around. Pretty, pretty please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. You are perfect to me. Somebody call now.
Leading out for the Lakers in the bottom of the first inning, the shortstop, Kiera Hins.
Perfect timing. Kira shows bunt, pulls back. It's in the dirt for a ball.
Maybe pushed a little bit with the 2 commercials there.
Yeah, she wasn't out there to get warmed up, though, so I, you know what, to roll with it, and worked out perfect. Here's the windup. There's a strike right down the middle. She's got good velocity.
She only threw like 3 warm-up pitches, though, so I was like, I thought we had more time than that. But yeah, you're right. She does throw hard.
Lakers will have a little bit of tougher time probably catching up to that. They haven't seen a whole lot of hard-throwing pitchers this year yet. A little late on that swing. One and 2 to the leadoff hitter for the Lakers. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's in a little low. Evens it up at 2-2. There's the pitch. Oh, swings right through that one for strike 3.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Tegan Feeney.
So 1 out for the Lakers here in the home half of the first. Tegan Feeney up in the zone for a ball. Here's the windup. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Minneota with a nice crowd. Not very far away, so easy to show up for. Swings right through that one. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah. Talk about the crowd. You look around. There's a decent crowd here tonight.
Yeah, Friday afternoon. Ooh, a changeup. Got her to go after it. Catcher's got to make a play here. Gets it down to first for the out.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Morgan Velde.
See if Morgan can get things started with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. I think for as hard as she throws, there might be a few of those swing and misses this afternoon. Here's the next pitch. Takes a little off of that one, keeps it low for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1.
I'd imagine we'll start to probably see some more bunting and playing with more of a small ball.
Oh, there she got around on that one, but hit it right back to the pitcher for out number 3.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the first inning, they go 3 up and 3 down after 1. Vikings and Lakers tied at 0. Do it for the Vikings. Madison Hennon, Courtney Anthony, and Dakota Pesh. And we'll be back right after this. Cottonwood Body Shop, owned by Taylor Benson, is your go-to place for all of your repair needs. From auto body repair to automotive refinishing, along with watercraft repair and gel coat and fiberglass repair, Taylor also paints, repairs, and welds aluminum and repairs plastic. Taylor's hidden talent is glass installation and windshield repair. For all of your repair needs, call Taylor Benson at 507-423-5431.
Be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use. Do my bad habits lead to.
And we're back with the top of the second inning. Oops, need that. Here we go. So I got to kill music. I didn't get it announced, but we're good. We're just getting things underway. So here's, I forgot to switch this. Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon. Swings through that first pitch.
Yeah, I threw that off a little bit there. So, all right, so a first pitch strike. 0-1 here. Number 4 hitter from Minneota. There's a little changeup. Strike 2. Teagan threw in the first game last night for the Lakers. Lakers had one bad inning last night. There's Scudder to chase one. Just got a piece of it. They last night against YME, they gave up 8 runs in the first inning, and I think they ended up losing 12-4. So that after that first inning, they really hung with them. Would have been 4-4 had they not given up those 8 runs, but they did. And then the second game, they played much better. There's a fly ball to left field. McKenna Anderson on the run makes a diving catch.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Yep, that'll make ESPN's top 10.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
We're going to have to get a little video of that and send it to Aubrey saying, can you make that play? So 1 out here for the Lakers in the top of the second. That's up for a ball.
That's a play where I wish I had the instant replay going for these games.
Here's the windup. A little up, 2-0.
Just so hard with softball to run replays. You just don't know how long you need, and yeah. It's
all right. 2-0 here, Teagan. That one's down in the dirt for ball 3. Minneota trying to get their first base runner of the afternoon here. 3-0 to the number 5 hitter.
Oh, I gotta switch that.
There's a pitch. That's low 2. Ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting the second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
Another familiar Minneota name there. See if they do any running here. Here's the first pitch on the way. She does take off. It's foul ball, though, so she'll have to go back. Oh, 0-1 to the number 6 hitter. There's the pitch. Ground ball, third base. Tough play. Goes over to first. Gets an out. Runner kept going. She's going to get there. She's safe. Lakers do get an out of that, though. So that'll be 2 outs, but Minneota does get a runner to third.
Now batting in left fielder, number 6, Emily Walker.
So we'll see if Taylor can do a good job back there of keeping stuff in front, not to give them a run, make them earn one here. Here's the first pitch, right down the middle for strike 1. Big out here for the Lakers. try to prevent Minneota from putting a number on the board. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Mike, can you put second inning up?
I can. Now I'm caught up, I think. So quickly ahead 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just inside for a ball. Puts it to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Little look from Taylor Hins at Courtney Anthony at third, but she's not getting a big lead there.
Here's the windup and the pitch. That's up in the zone for ball 2. Good to see Taylor back there tonight. The last night she took a bunch of foul balls off the mask and came out of the game, actually. 2-2 here. Ground ball to third, bobbled. Picked up by the shortstop, tries to get her home. She slides under it for a run.
Shoot.
So the Vikings pick up a run there. And they've got a runner at first base.
Now batting, the shortstop number 15, Danny Kockelman.
We'll see if they continue to be aggressive here and run on the base pads. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt, gets away, so she'll easily get the second on that one. So another runner in scoring position for the Vikings. Teagan with the pitch. Ooh, got her to chase that one. I think she was looking for something different there because she started the swing before the ball even got halfway there and couldn't hold up. So evens it up at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball to the dugout. That's just a foul ball. Takes it to 1-2.
Just one good defensive play here, Mike, will get the Lakers out of this inning.
How about a strikeout?
I'll take a strikeout, too.
That would work as well. Here's the delivery. Nice scoop by Taylor. Keeps it in front of her at 2-2. Man, that rain on whatever day that was we got this week sure greened everything up, didn't it?
Oh, it's...
Looks super out here. Here's the pitch. That's strike 3.
You called it.
That'll end the inning.
For the Vikings in the top of the second inning, they score 1 run on 0 hits, 1 defensive error, and 1 runner left on base. Do it for the Lakers, Kenzie Herrick, Aubrey Peterson, and Kaya Gavareski.
So after 1.5, that will give the Vikings 1 run off of that. Then the Lakers are coming up here in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
Frank, you got a copy?
Entering the bottom of the second inning, Lakers trailing 1-0, just gave up 1 run to the Vikings.
Lakers have looked pretty good. Start this 2-game homestand here.
Leading off for the Lakers in the bottom of the second inning, the designated player number 9, Kenzie Herrick.
Kenzie had a big hit last night for the Lakers in game 2. Ooh, swings right through that one.
She said that she took a foul or a line drive off of her hand or something too. Said that was really stinging today in class.
When she was out in the field, I'm assuming? There's a little low for a ball. I kind of weenied out last night, then went and sat in the vehicle out in center field and watched the game for a few of the innings because it was so cold and I was not dressed right for it. So I missed a few of those things. But I'm not going to doubt her. 2-1 here to Mackenzie Herrick. There's a strike right down the middle.
It was funny. She's like, my hand went numb, everything. I didn't know what to do, but she's like, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay today.
I'm like, going numb is probably not fine.
And there's strike 3 on the outer half for the first out.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
Well, Aubrey Rausch came home last night, and she had got beamed in the foot. And I said, how's your foot? And she goes, it didn't hit me, Dad. But she said, I couldn't turn down going to first base on that one. There's the first pitch strike. Aubrey Peterson back in the lineup for the Lakers. That's up in the zone. Minneota pitcher throws what we used to call in the old days gas. It's coming in there hard. That one's up in the zone. Takes it to 2 balls and a strike. Minneota pitcher would like time. Got to tie her shoe.
The one thing for the Laker batters is she's around the strike zone, so they got to be ready to swing that bat.
Yeah, for sure. The balls that are getting called are pretty close, so she's right around it. That's a joy for an umpire because it's all right there. Here's the pitch. There's strike 2. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aubrey will bring a big lift to this group. She plays a mean center field, so there's strike 3, though. Probably will take a little while to get back in the hitting zone.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gabareski.
So 2 quick outs here for the Lakers. Here's the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
I like the aggressiveness going up there and just swinging at that first pitch.
Hack away. You get 3 of them, so. Ooh, good changeup.
I was just going to say that.
She was way out in front of that one.
She pulled the string on that one and fooled her.
Same motion, just took some off of it. So 0-2 here quickly. That's down low for a ball. Yeah, I would think a changeup in softball would be even harder to hit than in baseball because you're so close. There, she went around on it. She didn't mean to swing at it, but she went around for strike 3.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the second inning, they go 3 up and 3 down after 1. Vikings 1, or after 2, Vikings 1, Lakers 0. Do it for the Vikings, Jayla Jerzak, Isabel Huzabus, and Kirsten Huzabus.
So after 2 here in Laker country, it is Minneota 1, Lakers nothing. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Borges Sporting Goods is your source for all your sporting gear needs. From Little League to college athletics, we have you covered, including all intramural and collegiate sports, as well as hunting and fishing gear for the outdoor enthusiasts. We also offer personalized in-store embroidery and silkscreen services at competitive prices. Stop by Borges and visit our store to see a wide variety of sporting goods we have to offer. For sporting, hunting, and fishing gear at the highest quality for reasonable prices, call or stop by Borges Sporting Goods on East College Drive in Marshall.
Borges Sporting Goods.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take
All right, we're back. Lakers are just finishing up their warm-ups here. Throw down to second base.
Leading out for the Vikings in the top of the third inning, the right fielder, number 5, Jayla Jerzak.
Number 9 hitter for the Vikings here. First pitch is on its way. Umpire looked at it and said just a bit outside for a ball. Takes it to 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing the ground ball to short. Kira fields it cleanly, makes a nice throw across the diamond for out number 1.
She has a cannon at shortstop.
She does.
Now batting the leadoff batter and third baseman, number 1, Isabel Huzabus.
If she fields it cleanly, there's a high percentage of an out because that arm will make up for a lot of speed, and she'll throw people out. Back to the top of the order. Teagan starts that out with a strike. Quickly ahead, 0-1.
Isabel lined out to Addison Hins at third base in her first at-bat.
There's a swing and a miss. Teagan quickly ahead, 0-2. Looks in for the sign. Here comes the pitch. Up in the zone for a ball.
You know, Kira just threw a rock off of the infield, tried to get it out off the field, and it landed perfectly on the foul line. I don't know if she could do that again to save her life.
She'd be a good bocce ball player. Hey, and there's strike 3. Watched it go by.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kirsten Huzabus.
2 quick outs for the Lakers. Here's the first pitch on the way. It's outside for a ball.
You know, just like we mentioned with Madison Hennon, Tegan Feeney is also right around the strike zone too.
Yeah, the game's moving right along here. You throw strikes and things happen. That's up in the zone for a ball. As I say that, it goes to 2-0.
Kirsten flied out to left field. This is the play where McKenna made a heck of a diving catch in left field.
Here's a 2-0 pitch. That's low. Ball 3.
This is her second 3-0 count. The first 3-0 count resulted in a walk, so hopefully this changes this time.
The stats that we have here are unbelievable. 3-0. There's a pitch. There's a strike. So much for that theory of 4 in a row. Takes it to 3-1. Tegan threw okay last night. The Lakers kind of kicked it around a little bit and had some errors. There's a ground ball over to Kira, fielded cleanly. Oh, quick down that first baseline. As I say, she actually bobbled it a little bit.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
But still good enough for a single. Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Joelle Otto. So I'd imagine the speed of Kirsten on first base will probably see her stealing right away.
I would bet, she got down that line pretty quick, so. No need for a steal when you hit it down for a base hit. McKenna gets it in quickly, so hold her to a single. First and second for the Vikings.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon.
2 outs here for the cleanup hitter. And the pitcher, she could help herself out here with a base hit to put some runs on the board for the Vikings. Up in the zone for a ball. Starts it out at 1-0. Tegan looks in for a sign. In the dirt, nice stop by Taylor Hins, but takes it to 2-0. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, just ahead of it. Nice play by Tegan. Throws her out at first for out number 3.
That ended up being just like a bunt, essentially.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. For the Vikings in the top of the third inning, 0 runs on 2 hits, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Do it for the Lakers, Taylor Hins, Addison Hins, and Avery Hins.
So the Vikings threaten there, but don't push any across, so it stays 1-0 with the Lakers to come up here in the bottom of the third. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
But what if we harness the power of collaboration? Imagine what we could achieve. Here at Farmward, we don't have to imagine. We're already doing it every single day. We are a family supporting families, cultivating strong communities, so that through the power of collaboration, anything is possible. Together, we are Farmward Cooperative, advancing farming for generations.
All right, we're back. Minneota's catcher, did she make the last out? Or was she was on base, I bet.
She was on base.
Yeah, so she just...
Yeah, she was that fast runner that ran out the infield single.
All catchers have wheels.
Leading out for the Lakers in the bottom of the third inning, the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins. Were you a catcher, Mike?
Yeah.
I figured that's what you were alluding at.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. So, yeah, I didn't have any wheels. I'm not going to lie. All right, we'll see if Taylor can get it going here. That's up in the zone for a ball.
I mean, I knew you were throwing me a softball at that one.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would pick up on that one or not.
It just took me a little bit to get there, but we made it.
A little late on the swing. Comes down the third base line, foul.
Because the first thing that I thought of when you said it was like, I wasn't a catcher. You were? Oh, Lacey was a catcher.
See? All catchers have wheels. Some are just square, like mine were, and some are round. There's a strike on the corner. Tough spot for a slap hitter to get. That was on the outer half, so it takes it to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup in the pitch. Hits that towards the dugout. Stayed alive, though, 1-2. I don't know if that went in the dugout. It was right at it. Here's the pitch. Oh, she went around on it for strike 3.
Now batting third baseman number 13, Addison Hins.
So 1 out for the Lakers here in the home half of the third. Addison Hins will step in now. That's right at the dugout as well, I think. Coach Linnea is concerned that somebody might have got struck by that ball in the dugout.
That's why
must have gone right in there over the partition. So 0-1 here. That's on the outer half for a ball.
That's why you always want to be alert in the dugout. Don't be playing on your phone.
No, well, yeah, they better not be on their phones when they're playing softball. But 1-1. Down the third base line, fielded cleanly. Nice throw across the diamond for out number 2.
Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Avery Hins.
All right, so the third of our Hins order here comes up. We'll see if Avery can get things going with 2 outs. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swings right through it for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Wind up in the pitch. Oh, there's a line drive to holy smokes, right at her. Makes a nice play out there in right field for the third out.
That was a bullet.
Yeah.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the third inning, they go 3 up and 3 down after 3. Vikings 1, Lakers 0. Do it for the Vikings, Courtney Anthony, Dakota Pesh, and Emily Walker.
All right, we're moving right along here. Lakers don't score there in their home half of the third, so it's still 1-0 after 3. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Infinity Ag, located in Hanley Falls, Minnesota, is your trusted source of Pioneer seed. Infinity Ag serves area farmers with Pioneer seed sales and treatment, chemical sales, as well as drone services. Our focus is helping farmers boost productivity, profitability, and sustainability. We deliver great Pioneer products straight to your field. Infinity Ag proudly supports Lakeview athletics and activities.
Go Lakers!
All right, we're back. Lakers are finishing up here. Tough break for Hins girls on that on their way through the lineup there. That last one was smoked by Avery, but right at the right fielder.
Leading out for the Vikings in the top of the fourth inning, the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
2 feet in either direction, and she's probably got at least a double out of that. So we'll see if the Lakers can shut them down here in the fourth. The first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Number 5 hitter for the Vikings.
Courtney drew the walk, and then she has a lone run for the Vikings in this game.
Let's see if we can keep her with only 1 run for the game. Teagan looks in for the sign. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased one there. Evens it up at 1-1. There's a pitch. That one's down low 2. Gets away from Taylor, so it'll be 2-1. What's the pitch ratio for Teagan thus far?
28 strikes, 22 balls, 50 total pitches.
Over that 50% mark, what you like to see. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, if you go to school on that, she likes to chase that low strike. Stay down there. 2-2. Here comes a pitch. Grounded to short. Kiera fields that one cleanly. Makes a nice throw for out number 1.
Now batting second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So 1 out for the Vikings in the top of the 4th.
Dakota grounded out, I believe, to Kiera. I have to pull it up.
Kiera's got a few putouts already.
That'd be the shortstop.
First pitch is a ball.
No, third baseman. That was Addison that made the play.
If you would have just said to a hens, you would have been right in line there. Here's in the dirt. Nice block by Taylor. Takes it to 2-0 though. See if Tegan can dig herself out of the hole here. Here comes the pitch. Takes it to 3-0. You know, you're okay with giving up base hits. I mean, you don't want to, but you'd sooner give up a base hit than a walk. Free passes are just not good. See if she can get a strike here. Nope, low for ball 4.
Now batting left fielder, number 6, Emily Walker.
So a free pass for the Vikings. See if they've been pretty aggressive thus far. We'll see if they keep running here. Got the number 7 hitter up in the lineup. Wouldn't think a bunt with 1 out, but never know. That one's up for a ball.
That's the first time the Vikings haven't stole on the first pitch.
She didn't look like she was really even thinking about it over there, so. Here's the windup in the pitch. There's a strike, a little bit up in the zone, but she gets the benefit of the doubt. I think she had thrown at least 5 in a row there, balls, so. 1-1. That one's down low. Nice catch by Taylor. Good throw. Oh, Kira couldn't hold on to it, though. She would have been out if Kira could have held on to that one.
Do I just give a stolen base, no error?
Yep.
Or,
nope. Yeah, yeah, I'd give her a stolen base on that. I think it was a ball, wasn't it? 2-1, I believe. So the Vikings with a runner in scoring position here. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into right field. Gets by the right fielder.
It's Avery Hins.
Avery missed that one. We're going to get a triple out of this. And the Vikings are going to get a run.
Now batting, shortstop number 15, Danny Kockelman.
Nice piece of hitting there by Emily Walker. Gets herself a triple. I would bet that Avery might have struggled with that one in the sun. She's got glasses on out there, but that sun is in a tough spot for right fielders right now.
And the one thing, too, that wind is pushing it to her left, so she didn't account for that wind.
Nope. You could see it that she was staying to the left of it. There's a pitch up in the zone for ball 1. 1-0 to the number 8 hitter for the Vikings. Tegan's pitch is on the way. Ground ball to third. Bobbled. She's going to beat it out, and it's going to get to the fence. The runner's going to hold up, though. Good coverage by the Lakers to not let her get the second.
I think I'm just going to give a single on that one because she would have had to field that perfectly to get the out.
Hometown call on that one.
Now batting the right field at number 5, Jayla Jerzak.
So 3-0 Vikings with 1 out here in the 4th. First pitch is on the way. That's low. Gets away from Taylor. Free shot at second base for sure.
So this is that inning that we talk about that just takes the Lakers down. So hopefully they can minimize the runs in this inning right here.
Yep, they get through that lineup one time, and then it's a little bit tougher always. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. That might score a run. Fielded cleanly by Peterson. Makes a nice throw. Keeps the runner at third, but the hit will allow the runner to go to second. So it's second and third here with 1 out.
Now batting leadoff batter and third baseman, number 1, Isabel Halzabus.
Nice job by Aubrey Peterson to get it in to hold that runner at third, but it allowed the the hitter to get the second. Base hit here's probably going to score 2. Nice block by Taylor. Keeps everybody on their bases. One ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Up in the zone, ball 2. 2-0. See if we can get a strike here. Here comes the pitch. It's up for ball 3. You do have an open base here, so not that we're advocating for walks, but it would provide a force out at any base if she would get on there for the next hitter. Batter's trying to throw her off here. I'm pretty sure she's taking. There's a strike, though. Oh, Taylor tried to get her at third and threw it into left field. She's going to score a run off of that. Takes it to 4-0 and a 3-1 count. I think that was the right idea, just didn't make a very good throw. She didn't hesitate. She got up and let it fly. So there's a foul ball straight back, or takes it to a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, you like aggressiveness.
Yeah, you can't fault them for trying to make something happen.
Right. You know, it's when you sit back and let the errors come to you that's when you have more of an issue.
Yeah, I'd rather see that than just a pass ball and let them come right home. There's a pop-up in the infield. It'll be a tough play. Oh, can't be made. Got a shot at third. They're going to get her. Yep. So a fielder's choice there. Out number 2.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kirsten Hulzebus.
So 2 outs. See if the Vikings try to get a runner in scoring position here. The batter's showing bunt. I'm wondering if that's a fake to get the runner to second. Nope, it's outside for a ball.
And that's what I think that's just her normal batting routine.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. That's what she's done the previous 2 times.
Got a timeout here for a little shoe repair. All right, we're ready to go again. 1-0 to the number 2 hitter. And here's the pitch. Up in the zone, takes off for second. Fielded cleanly, but off the base. So the Minneota runner will get a stolen base out of that.
It's Isabel Hulzebus, the third baseman.
So Isabel Hulzebus is trying to score with her, is that her sister, you think? Or there's a ground ball to short, fielded cleanly by Kiera, across the diamond, gets the third out. Nice job.
For the Vikings in the top of the 4th inning, they scored 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Do it for Lakers, Kiera Hins, Tegan Feeney, and Morgan Velde.
So after 3.5, the Vikings 4, the Lakers nothing. We'll see if they can put a couple runs on the board here in the home half of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Did you know the Lakeview Booster Club supports the communities of Cottonwood and Wood Lake in addition to supporting the Lakeview School District? The mission of the Booster Club is to be a supporting organization for all Lakeview extracurricular, co-curricular, and Lakeview-affiliated enrichment programs. The Lakeview Booster Club is proud to be the main supporter of all Lakeview athletic, fine arts, and school activity live streams. Please consider supporting the Lakeview Booster Club by scanning our QR code on the screen or visiting lakeviewboosterclub.com.
All right, we're back. Minneota working on finishing up the warm-ups here.
So I'd say the Lakers did a good job of stopping that snowball from growing in that inning.
Yeah.
Giving up just 3 runs.
Yep. Lakers have made some good plays so far.
Leading out for the Lakers in the bottom of the 4th inning, the shortstop number 5, Kiera Hins.
All right, Kiera's made a couple nice plays out in the field. Let's see if she can get things started here for the Lakers and get on the base. Here's the first pitch. That's up for a ball. Normally, Kiera gets on first. 2 pitches later, she's on third. She's got good speed. Here comes the pitch. That's a fly ball to short. Fielded cleanly right to her for out number 1.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Tegan Feeney.
All right, so 1 out here in the home half of the 4th. Pitcher Tegan Feeney will step up here. Swing and a miss.
I'll turn that mic down.
And I was going to say you can hear him clear as day out there. So 1 strike here to Tegan. That's ball, 1-1. See if Tegan can help herself out here, 1-1. There's a ground ball down the right side, but foul. Quickly 2 strikes on the Laker pitcher. Here comes the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, Morgan Velde.
2 quick outs for the Lakers. Morgan Velde will step in here. First pitch is on the way. A little low for a ball. Lakers trying to get a base runner, if nothing else. Swing and a miss for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Little change up there. Got her ahead of it for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 3 hitter. Wind up in the pitch. Went after that one for strike 3.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the 4th inning, they go 3 up and 3 down. After 4, Vikings 4, Lakers 0. Do it for the Vikings, Joel Otto, Madison Hennon, and Courtney Anthony.
So a quick 4th inning. I don't know where that came from. I think in Easter yet or what that was, but quick 4th inning for the Lakers. So we got to go. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Steady. Reliable. Strong. The same things you want from your sports team, you want from your insurance company. Well, we're here to tell you that we've got your back to protect what matters most. So support your mutual with pride, and we'll serve you with honor. North Star Mutual Insurance Company, a personable company, keeping you on course. Proud supporter of Lakeview Athletics.
We're back. Lakers made a bunch of changes here, so Phil's working on getting everything situated in the book.
Okay, we're good.
Now into pitch for the Lakers is McKenna Anderson. Tegan Feeney moves over to second base, and then I think there was a little shuffling in the outfield as well. First pitch is on the way for a ball to Madison Hennon, the number 4 hitter. It's up in the zone for ball 2. Are you caught up over there yet?
Yes and no, but.
So 2-0 here to Madison. There's a strike right down the middle. You know, I was going to ask you, was that the international sign for you need to stop talking and get me to a commercial, or what was that you did over there?
It was like,
okay.
We got to roll.
There's a ground ball to third, fielded cleanly across the diamond. Ooh, pulled her off the base. So Minneota gets a base runner out of that.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon. If I get a chance, I can announce to the people in the stands what just happened for the Lakers.
A bunch of changes. Here's the first pitch. There's a strike. Vikings are not as near aggressive here in the later innings as they were in the early on for stealing bases. We'll see if they maybe take a shot here. There's a swing and a miss right through it for strike 2. McKenna's got good velocity too. Is McKenna a 9th grader?
She is an 8th grade.
8th grader, so she's got a lot of good years ahead of her yet. There's a shot into left field for a base hit. So first and second for the Vikings with nobody out.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
You're going to get a courtesy runner, number 8, I believe.
Courtesy running at first base, number 8. Greta Bicey.
Here's the pitch. Hit to the second baseman. Only one play. Gets that out at first. It's kind of a excuse me swing. I don't think she meant to, and then she couldn't pull it back, and it made enough contact just to hit a ground ball to second.
Now batting second baseman number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So Vikings got 2 runners in scoring position here. Dakota's the number 6 hitter for the Vikings. Up in the zone for a ball. 1-0.
Dakota's 0 for 1 today. She grounded out in her first at bat and then drew a walk in her second.
See if the Lakers can hold them here. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Strikeout would be huge here. I think if you get it put in play, the Vikings are probably going to run. There's a fly ball. First base makes a nice play. That's just as good as a strikeout. Nobody can advance.
Now batting left field at number 6, Emily Walker.
So now we got 2 outs with Emily Walker stepping into the batter's box. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by McKenna. McKenna's got good velocity and only an 8th grader. It's just going to get better as she grows. There's a ground ball to second, fielded by Feeney. Nice throw to first, and the Lakers hold them to nothing.
Nice defensive plays.
Yep.
For the Vikings in the top of the 5th inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 1 defensive error, and 2 runners left on base. Do it for Lakers, Kenzie Herrick, Aubrey Peterson, and Kaya Gawareski.
So the Vikings get runners at second and third with 1 out, and the Lakers do a nice job of getting 2 outs. We will take a quick break, 4-0, be right back.
We're just country boys and girls getting down on the farm. You can have a lot of fun in a New York minute, but there's some things you can't do inside those city limits. I ain't no closing time, I ain't no cover charge, just country boys and girls getting down on the farm. Well, you can tell everybody.
All right, we're back. No nonsense by the Vikings. They came out and the pitcher threw 1 warm-up pitch.
Leading on for the Lakers in the bottom of the 5th inning, designated player number 9, Kenzie Herrick.
And she said, okay, let's go. So here we go to it in the bottom of the 5th. Mackenzie Herrick starts out, changeup, way in front of it for a strike.
You know, as a pitcher, when you're in the zone like that,
just give me the ball. I just want to throw strikes.
Right.
Yep, for sure. 0-1 here. Oh, I don't know if she held up. Nope, she did hold up, so 1 ball. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. All right, let's see here. She blew that one right by her. Let's see if she goes to the fastball or comes back to the changeup. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded to second base. Fielded cleanly. Nice throw. And they get that first out.
now batting center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
All right, that brings up our center fielder, number 3, Aubrey Peterson. Here's the first pitch. That's down low for a ball. Aubrey ahead 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. She looked down at her coach and said, I just missed that one. So 1-1 here to the center fielder. Here's the pitch. Change up. She's out in front of it. She got a piece of it at least. Goes foul though. So it takes it to 1-2. Madison Hennon, I think her best pitch is probably her changeup. She's got the Lakers way out in front of that when she does throw the changeup.
And she throws it in good spots too.
Yep. Here's the pitch. Up in the zone. Aubrey Peterson chased it for strike 3.
Now batting first baseman number 11, Kaya Gawareski.
So 2 outs in the home half of the 5th for the Lakers. Here's a pitch. There's a strike. There really is no nonsense with Madison Hennon. She just gets the ball as soon as the batter's in the box. She's like, okay, here it comes.
Ooh,
there's a rocket into the Viking dugout. It hit the face.
Are we going to check that ball? That probably
I might have a cut on it, yeah. That ump has no idea what he's looking at.
I'm going to clip that and send it to him.
That'll be okay. Bob knows I love him. 0-2 to the number 6 hitter. Late on that swing, just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Oh, and 2. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll do it for the Lakers.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the 5th inning, they go 3 up and 3 down. After 5, Vikings 4, Lakers 0. Do it for the Vikings, Danny Kockelman, Jayla Jerzak, and Isabel Halzabus.
So after 5, Minneota 4, Lakers 0. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
The Schaefer's 5 generations of towing began in 1920 in Renville, a small town in western Minnesota. It all started with one tow truck and a phone number that was only 3 digits long. Today, the Schaefers provide towing and roadside services across the nation and have over 100 pieces of equipment. Everyone asks me where the Pulver name comes from. My great-grandpa purchased Pulver Towing in the 1980s and chose to keep the name. The Schaefers and Pulver Towing have provided services for over 100 years, and we will continue to be there when you need them most. Pulver Towing. Big or small, we tow them all.
All right, we're zipping right along here. Top of the 6th. I don't mean to jinx us either, by the way, but top of the 6th inning. And we're right at an hour, so.
Leading out for the Vikings in the top of the 6th inning, the shortstop number 15, Danny Kockelman.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Good start for McKenna.
And we did start 4 minutes late because the announcer up here doesn't know what he's doing. So we're only 54 minutes into this game.
Yeah, but there's a ball, so 1-1. But I think you made a point that it really was only like a minute late because, I mean, it wasn't that big of a turn the volume up. It was only through the second hitter. 1-1. Swing and just got a piece of that one. So McKenna quickly ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. Evens it up at 2-2. See if the Lakers can get an out to start here. There's a change up, kind of got away from her, so I'll take it to a full count.
Danny Kockelman is 1 for 2, singled in her last at bat.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball, fielded cleanly, cross the diamond. Nice play by Addison Hins to get that first out.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Jayla Jerzak.
Took a nice hop for Addison to field, and then she took her time and made a nice throw. Crossed the diamond and got the out. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter. There's a first pitch strike.
Do you think Jayla goes by the nickname JJ?
If she doesn't, she should. That's a nickname made to happen there. Late on the swing there. I'm not sure what happened. Did she miss it?
I think she swinging through it made it hard for Taylor to catch that ball.
Oh. Well,
and then looks like it hit Bob, or it hit?
I think it hit her because Bob was looking at her like, "Are you okay?" So it must have ricocheted off of her. In any event, it's a quick 2 strikes here to the number 9 hitter, J.J. Jerzak. Hey, and there's strike 3. Notice how I put her nickname in there for you?
I like it. Now batting, the leadoff batter and third baseman, number 1, Isabel Halzabus.
So 2 quick outs. Here's the pitch. Up in the zone for ball 1. Pitch down in the dirt. I'll take it to 2-0. I'm not sure. I think that might have been blocked by the umpire.
I think it did hop up on him. That was a tough word combination to say.
It's kind of like ham. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. I have no idea where that came from either, by the way.
Everybody loves ham, Mike.
They must. It must be. It's up in his zone. Takes it to 3-1 on the leadoff hitter for the Vikings.
We do got a busy day here at the athletic complex with the junior high track and field meet going on.
I was going to say, when I pulled in to come over here, there's a million buses out in the parking lot. That's in the dirt for ball 4. Free pass for the Vikings.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kierson Huzzlebus.
Let's see if we can stop the Huzzlebuses here. That's up in the zone for a ball.
Kierson's 1 for 3. Single, fly out, ground out.
McKenna looks in. Here comes her pitch. There's a ground ball right back to her. Makes a nice play over to first for the 3rd out. Nice job of fielding your position.
For the Vikings in the top of the 6th inning, 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Do it for Lakers, Taylor Hins, Addison Hins, and Avery Hins.
So we got the Hins connection coming up for the Lakers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 yet. We'll take a quick break and be right back. We're back. Vikings finish up here. It was just brought to my attention by Mr. Lallam that the Vikings have a no-hitter going here, and we'll let him announce the batter.
Leading off for the Lakers in the bottom of the 6th inning, the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
And my hope is here, obviously I am 100% biased. I've never disclaimed that. I'll go Lakers go. Hoping that kind of jinxes it a little bit and the Lakers get a base runner out of this. And as I say that, she throws the first pitch strike.
Yeah, Madison's throwing a heck of a game for the Vikings.
How many pitches has she thrown through 5?
59.
Pretty efficient. There's strike 2.
45 strikes, 15 balls. 3-1.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything better than that. So Taylor quickly down 0-2 here. You know, I did see, and we'll go for this pitch. There's a ground ball to third. We're going to get a base runner. There we go.
Base hit?
No.
No. Can't give a hit on that one.
As much as I'd like to say, yeah, that was, if she fields that, I think she makes a play.
Now batting third baseman, number 13, Addison Hins.
Taylor does run well, but that was, she booted it.
Yep.
They look for a bunt. She takes off. Nice throw. And so much for a base runner. She's out at second base. I think we had a strike on the pitch and 1 out on the base attempted steal.
Sounds accurate.
So the base came off. Dan Dolan doing a little cleaning out there.
So the perfect game gone. No hitters still intact.
Little did Dan know that he was going to use his home plate umpire broom for second base today.
Now is he going to go back to first base now?
I don't know if he's looking at his. Here's the pitch. She went swinging after that one. So quickly behind 0-2 to Addison Hins. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive.
Oops.
So 0-2 to Addison with 1 out. Here comes a pitch. That's a strike 3.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she was thinking there, but she swung through it.
Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Avery Hins.
So her twin sister will step in here. On her Avery's last at bat, she hit a rocket into right field. Let's see if she can find that again. There, she was right on that one.
And she's made some good contact with the ball.
Yeah, Avery pitched the second game last night and threw extremely well, so we'll see if maybe she gets the ball in the second game here. There's a foul ball straight back again, too. She's right on it. Unfortunately, down 0-2. I'm betting a changeup here because she's trying to time that, so I'm betting she's going to try to take her off for timing here. Here comes the pitch. Nope, she went with gas, and she hit it right back up the middle for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting.
Now batting leadoff batter and shortstop, number 5, Kiera Hins.
So that will officially break up the no-hitter for the Vikings. And Kiera Hins will step in. Leadoff hitter. There's a strike on the outer half. Quickly behind no balls and a strike. That's out for ball 1. Madison Hennon is really around the plate on every pitch. Like, there's just nothing that is super high or super low or outside. There's a swing and she got a piece of it, so strike 2.
You know, thinking back to Avery's hit there, too bad that Taylor still wasn't on base. She would have got third for sure.
That was hit really
right
hard.
At her.
Yeah. That was, I mean, she laced that one, that's for sure. That's up for a ball.
Yeah. Kirsten Huzzlebus behind the plate made a heck of a throw, too.
Yes. Again, I like the aggressiveness. You try to get some runners in scoring position, you got nothing happening. So there's strike 3.
For the Lakers in the bottom of the 6th inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 6, Vikings 4, Lakers 0. Do it for the Vikings, Joelle Otto, Madison Hennon, and Courtney Anthony.
So after 6 complete, Minneota still 4, Lakers 0. We will be right back.
First independent bank, big enough to know business, small enough to know you.
Leading off for the Vikings in the top of the 7th inning, center fielder number 2, Joelle Otto.
Good thing that was not a 2-commercial break. We're zipping right along here. McKenna starts out the top of the 7th with ball 1. Looks in for the sign. Here comes a pitch. Up in the zone again for ball 2. 2-0 to the number 3 hitter, Joelle Otto. That's up 2. Falls behind 3-0. Again, you want to make them earn any base runners they get. So see if McKenna can dig herself out here. There's a strike.
Nice pitch from McKenna.
Yep. That's tough to do when you're behind 3-0 and you're throwing 3 in a row to pressure to throw a strike, and she did. There's a strike 2. Gets a piece of it. Goes out of play for strike 2. So it goes from 3-0 to a full count. See who wins this battle. Here comes a pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 4. See if
now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon.
Number 4 hitter coming up here. I was going to say if they play some small ball and try to bunt her over to second to get some insurance runs, but when you get your 4 hitter, probably not. Swing and a foul straight back.
That was a big cut from Madison.
Yep, trying to help herself out here. Madison throwing or pitching for the Vikings tonight. Base hit and try to get herself a little more insurance. Up in the zone for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1. Five o'clock train. Foul ball straight back for strike 2.
Train's a little behind schedule.
Do the trains have schedules here in Cottonwood? Like, do you know, is it?
You
Never
know,
paid attention?
I don't even notice them anymore.
Don't you?
No.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got her to chase one there.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
So 1 out for the Lakers. The top of the 7th here. Here comes a pitch. Down for ball 1.
You know, talk about scheduling. Could you imagine scheduling train schedules?
No.
I don't understand how it works.
There's a line drive into right center. It's going to get between them. Minneota's going to try to score a run here. I think they're going to be successful. Yes, they are. A double for Courtney Anthony.
Now batting second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So Courtney changes positions with the runner that scored there. I forget who it was, but or no, that she was on first, wasn't she? There's another one up in the middle. That's gonna be a base hit too. Courtney had a hold up there. She wasn't sure if somebody was gonna catch it. It's a base hit.
Yeah, she was kind of stuck in no man's land on that one.
Lakers are fortunate. They've got runners at first and second.
Now batting left fielder, number 6, Emily Walker.
So you got force outs at any of the bases here, other than home.
Emily stands up there 1 for 3 with a triple.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch.
So she's capable of knocking the ball out there. That was a fly ball into right field.
Yep, the one that was that Avery. I think
Avery at the
kind of
time
misjudged it a little bit. It's up in the zone for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. There's a fly ball into left center. That's going to roll for a while. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And she's in with a triple. Second of the afternoon, I believe, right?
That is. Now batting the shortstop, number 15, Danny Kockelman.
So that takes it to 7-0 with 1 out. And the number 8 hitter.
Danny's 1 for 3. Recorded 1 single.
That's going to fall for another base hit. Aubrey Peterson quick to get it, but score from third easily.
That's her second hit on the afternoon. Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Jayla Jerzak.
So the Vikings in the top of the 7th starting to pour it on a little bit here. There's a strike to start out the number 9 hitter.
I wanted to announce her as JJ.
Yeah, I don't think you can say it out loud.
No.
Here comes the pitch. Went after one there. Got a piece of it, but it'll be 0-2. Here's the pitch. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. So still 0-2. Strikeout would be big here for the Lakers. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Here comes a pitch. A fly ball down the right field line. That's going to get out of play. It's going to roll all the way up to the school, I think.
Yeah, the Vikings have had 4 consecutive batters get on.
And they're hitting the ball. It's not like free passes, that's for sure. That's up for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the number 9 hitter. That gets by. She'll get the second on that one. Two and 2. And the Vikings now have another runner in scoring position. Ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. They're going to probably score another run here. Now they're going to hold it. Aubrey Peterson gets it in quickly. So first and third.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Aubrey to get that ball in really fast.
Yeah, she does. She plays a great center field for the Lakers.
Now batting, the leadoff batter and third baseman, number 1, Isabel Halzelbus.
You know, I've always said up the middle are your most important players. When you got shortstop and center fielders, you got to have players that make good plays, and those two always seem to do a great job. There's a tough pitch to handle. It's a ball, so they'll take second base on that one. So 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Here comes a pitch. Up for a ball. 2-0. You know, the Lakers played extremely well through the first 6, and now it's just Minneota's put the pressure on them here and starting to score some runs in the 7th inning. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. See if McKenna can battle back here. In the dirt, kept in front by Taylor. Nice job to hold him to no runs. But it takes it to 3-1 on the leadoff hitter. There's a ground ball to short. She holds a runner at third. No, she did. Let's see if they, yep, she came short. Yep. She didn't even get to the base. Nice play by Kiera Hins.
That little fake throw got her to jump a little bit towards home and then got tagged out.
Yeah, when she slid back to third, she slid at least a foot short.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kirsten Halzelbus.
I'm not sure if the umpire saw that. She had the tag down there, but I don't know if he knew that she was that short of the base. So 2 outs here. Ground ball to Kiera. Nice throw across the diamond for out number 3.
For the Vikings in the top of the 7th inning, they score 4 runs on 5 hits, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Do it for the Lakers, Tegan Feeney, Morgan Velde, and Mackenzie Herrick.
So the Vikings double up there. They go from 4 to 8. Lakers got 3 outs here to try to put some pressure on. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Farmers typically only get one chance to plant their crop that they rely on for the year. At DJ's Planter Sales and Service LLC, we provide agricultural technologies and a top-notch service-first mentality, creating a more efficient and effective pass across the field. DJ's Planter Sales and Service is located 2 miles east of Cottonwood. Call Dale at 507-829-1220 or email us at djsplantersales@gmail.com.
All right, we're back. Minneota finishes up. Madison does her 1 pitch and says, let's go.
Leading up for the Lakers in the bottom of the 7th inning, second baseman number 14, Tegan Feeney. Did you recognize that song, Mike, coming out of the break?
I was not paying attention that time.
It was a Spanish song.
Oh. 1 ball to Tegan.
So probably not.
Do you know much about Spanish?
Un poquito.
I'll take that as a yes. 2-0 to the number 2 hitter for the Lakers. See if they can get a base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. That's down low, 3-0.
We just got our flight information for a trip to Costa Rica this summer. So we'll be heading out on June 24th.
Is that a direct flight, or you got to stop somewhere?
Houston.
Everybody loves to go to Houston. There's ball 4. So the Lakers get a base runner.
Now batting right fielder, number 1, Morgan Velde.
As long as the phrase Houston, we have a problem doesn't come into play.
Let's pray for that.
Yep. All right, Lakers with a base runner here. There's one right down the middle for strike 1. How big a group you got going?
It's a small group, 15 total people.
Ooh, there's a ground ball down the right side. It's foul. Late swing there.
But the one exciting thing is our tour guide is going to be the same one that I had back in 2018. And he's amazing.
Good.
So it'll be fun.
There's a line drive into center. It's going to get by the center fielder. Tegan will get to third. They're going to hold her there. And she's in safely with a I think that'll be a single, maybe an error for a nice piece of hitting, though.
Yep, definitely going to be a single, and then the error. Going to be a little bit here.
So the Lakers have second and third here. Nobody out.
Now batting the designated player number 9, Kenzie Herrick.
Be great to see him get a few runs here. McKenzie swings through that first one for a strike. I saw Minneota played, I think it was YME the other night, and they blanked them in both games. So it'd be, if nothing else, score a few runs. 1-1 to the number 4 hitter. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the pitcher. Gets her at first. Oh, and they get her at second. The Lakers will get a run out of it. Boy, put that in your book. So, long story short, 2 outs and 1 run. So 8-1.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
And Aubrey Peterson is the last hope for the Lakers here in the home half of the 7th. 1 strike to Aubrey.
That was a weird scenario to punch through on the.
That's what I said.
On the program
put that in
here.
the books, yeah. It's down low for a ball. Good eye by Aubrey. 1-1 to the number 5 hitter. Gets a piece of that one, but goes foul. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the first game here.
That's the final in game number 1. Minneota Canby Vikings 4, Lakeview Lakers 1. For the Vikings, or 8. Minneota Canby 8, Lakeview 1. For the Vikings, they score 8 runs on 11 hits, 2 defensive errors, and 9 runners left on base. For the Lakers, they score 1 run on 2 hits, 3 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Time of the game, 1 hour and 19 minutes. Game 2 coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, so we'll recap that one real quick. 8-1 Vikings. Madison Hennon threw a gem for the Vikings. What, she gave up 2 hits? I was kind of paying attention to what you had to say there, but
yes, 2 hits.
2 hits. Lakers played pretty well, really. I mean, Minneota's a good club. They play fundamentally pretty well, and they pitch really well. So 8-1, and they were in it up until the 7th there, when they gave up 4 of the 8 runs. So good game overall by the Lakers. We'll see if they can bounce back here in game 2. They will do a little switching. They'll probably do a little field repair here. The umpires will swap out, and then we'll come back for game 2. We'll take a break, right, and come back in 15, 20 minutes. We'll be back.
just be the 11th inning that you went to. Like when you just go forward on it, that might be inning 11. No. I didn't know if it did. But yeah, and we got Jimmy lineup. Okay. So we got time.
scoreboard. On number 29, leading out to shortstop number 5, Kira Hinn, batting second base number 14, Keegan Feeney. Batting third in right field, number 1, Morgan Belby. Batting fourth, the designated player, number 9, Mackenzie Harris. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 3, Aubrey Peterson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gabareski. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hinn. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 13, Addison Hinn. Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 2, Avery Hinn. And today's flex player in left field, McKenna Anderson. For the Vikings, will be the home team on the scoreboard, leading off third baseman, number 1, Isabel Hogla. Batting second, center fielder, number 13, Pearson Hogla. Batting third, the pitcher, number 2, Joel Otto. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 3, Madison Hennon. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 12, Dakota Peck. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 6, Emily Walker. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 8, Greta Varsity. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 14, Mackenzie Bernard.
This is a league game. Aubrey's got to be, I don't care no bridal shower or BS. Yeah, that's what it is. That's it. Was it like a week-long thing or something? No, tonight was the start of it. Oh. So this game was supposed to be played on Tuesday. Oh, right, so yeah. But before that was Friday, yeah. So then when they rescheduled it, she said, and her only drive was a week today. She has a driven back. Yeah, that's a long drive, too. It's not like it's interstate. Right. I'm like, Aubrey, you need some practice before you start doing 80 miles an hour. Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, I mean, actually, you played pretty good. I mean, if you're facing defense, I mean, that's no bad mistakes. Yeah. Two held them to the head. Right? I mean, I want to be a zero to up. I mean, 2 throws straight. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep. And it was an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. You were way overpaid whatever you got. No, I got paid hardly anything. I'm sure this one will be 3 hours. Yeah, I hope so. Stan's been played. I told Peter, he said, Steve, though. That come through for me.
Okay, we're back, right?
We are.
Okay.
We're live.
Minneota will be the home team in this one. So the Lakers will hit first. Lineup sounded pretty similar, right? Other than maybe a few positions. We got a different pitcher.
Yep, 2 changes. Greta Baise and Mackenzie Bernard in for the Vikings, but lineups are all the exact same. Just position changes.
I'll have a ham sandwich and a ham sandwich. And the Lakers sounded pretty similar as well. Avery Hins will take the mound for the Lakers in Game 2. Avery threw last night against Wyoming and had a nice outing, so hopefully she can duplicate that. Minneota finishing up here with their warm-ups, and we will start with the leadoff batter.
Leading off for the Lakers in the top of the first inning, the shortstop number 5, Kiera Hins.
See in Game 2 if Kiera can get things started here. First pitch is on the way. She offered at it for strike 1.
First pitch comes at 6:11, temperature 59 degrees. I think Game 1 temperature was 59 degrees.
It stayed pretty constant then? Yeah, it's actually pretty nice out. I'm in between games, walked out there, and this is a nice time of year. There's a ground ball in between third and short for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting.
Didn't take the Lakers long to get their first hit today.
Nope.
Now batting second baseman number 14, Tegan Feeney. Took him all the way to, the 7th inning last game.
Yeah, so, I think they were before that.
Inning.
6th inning, I think.
6th inning it was, yep.
But they did get one in the 7th as well. All right, so we got speed on the base pads here. We'll see what the Lakers draw up here. If they're going to try to bunt her over or straight steal her. Here's the pitch. She offers at it. Kiera holds up down there. Ooh, throws it into right field, but nice coverage by the right fielder.
Mackenzie Bernard backing that up.
Was that a strike?
Yeah, she offered at that.
Okay, I think I even said she offered at it. Short-term memory. So 1 strike to the number 2 hitter. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 2. Kiera holding pat over there. It's funny how when you throw a base runner out, you as a coach, you think twice about sending him. Here's the pitch. That's up in the zone for a ball.
I was just going to mention that, too. You get a little tentative.
Yeah.
And for a good cause, too. I mean.
Yep, makes you think.
Yeah.
So
although it is a new catcher behind the plate, too.
1-2. Make it 2-2.
But I'm guessing she's got just as good as arm because they're watching that, seeing how that catcher throws. That's Emily Walker this game. It was a hustle bus in game 1.
See if Tegan can get her over to second base. Here comes the pitch. Just gets a piece of it to stay alive. 2-2 yet. I'm kind of shocked. Linnea is super aggressive, and with Kira's speed, I would have thought she would have tried sending her, but here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. They're going to get the lead runner, and that's all they'll get. Oops.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Morgan Velde.
So 1 out. Morgan will step to the plate here. Tegan on first. Here's the pitch. That's up in the zone for a ball. No real sign there from Coach Linnea, so I'm going to guess they're going to hold tight here and just try for a base hit. Ooh, it's in the dirt. Tegan's going to take a shot, and she's going to get there. So, Lakers threatening here. Got a runner in scoring position.
So seeing that throw from Emily Walker, she does have a good arm behind the plate.
Good base running by Tegan. She saw that she could take advantage of getting to second base there. Little base maintenance. Good to go. I got 2-0. I think, yeah, it looks like that's what Dan Dolan said from behind the plate. Here comes the pitch. That's right down the middle for strike 1.
So is Aubrey able to tune into today's game, or they got the festivities already started?
I think they left around 3:30. There's a ball that's going to take it to 3-1. And she had a ride up there, so I'm guessing she's probably watching on her phone, maybe?
Well, she's watching. Aubrey, hope you're having a fun time this weekend.
Yep, it's the Savannah Roush get-together right before the wedding up in Fargo. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Definitely miss you on the softball field, but family events come first.
Yeah.
Especially when you had this this was a makeup game here.
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround. This was supposed to be played Monday. And then there's in the dirt. Nice scoop by the catcher. I got that as ball 4.
Should be ball 4.
Yeah, and she does take advantage of that. So first and third here.
Now batting designated player number 9, Mackenzie Herrick.
Yeah, I think Aubrey came home after hearing that they were moving Monday's game to Friday, and she's like, that's just my luck. So first and third here with 1 out. Mackenzie Herrick shows bunt, pulls back, and they will concede second base there. So a ball.
And an easy stolen base for Morgan Velde.
So second and third here with 1 out. Base hit will get 2 runs across. Ground ball to third. She's got to hold up. Cross the diamond. Just gets her.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Well, they might make this now. And she's going to give herself up. So that will be out number 3, right? That's out number 3, isn't it?
Tagged out.
They got the runner at first, and they tagged her out, so that's 3 outs.
That should be 3. Yep.
I think they are agreeing with us.
For the Lakers in the top of the first inning, score 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Due up for the Vikings, Isabel Huzelbus, Kirsten Huzelbus, and Joelle Otto.
So after a little confusion, I think we have it all on the right track here now. So 0s for the Lakers. We will take a quick break and have Minneota come back to bat. All right, we're back. Lakers squander a good opportunity there, second and third with only one out, and they don't get anything out of that. So you have to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them, especially against a good team like Minneota.
But now you just got to come back in the field, make the plays, and get back to batting and do it all again.
Yep, Avery has got to throw strikes here to let her defense play.
Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the first inning, third baseman number 1, Isabel Halzabus.
See if Avery can start out with some consistent strike throwing here. Here comes the first pitch. And there's a strike to start it out. Quickly ahead, 0-1. Pitch is on the way. It's up for a ball.
You know, talking about the injury bug that the Lakers have had, it's nice having multiple pitchers that they can go to. With Emma Bruceman down, that's one pitcher. You know, so if you don't have anybody in the, waiting to throw, you're in trouble.
For sure. And I think, you know what, as long as I've been following Lakers softball, and we've had girls in the system for a number of years here now, this is by far, there's a swing and just got a piece of it, stays at 1 and 2. This is by far the most pitching that the Lakers have had in the last 10 years as far as arms that they can put out there that you can feel confident that are going to keep you in the game. So, and they're all extremely young. They're going to have pitching for the next 3 or 4 years. There's a swing and a miss for out number 1.
Now batting center fielder number 13, Kirsten Halzabus.
What are because the Hins twins are they freshmen?
They're freshmen.
So you
McKenna.
You got McKenna as an 8th grader.
And Emma's a freshman.
And Tegan's only good attempt. Got a piece of it at least, and just a long strike.
Morgan covered a lot of ground on that ball. They even have an attempt on that ball.
Yeah, it looked like the sun did not hamper her on that one. She at least got on it, so one strike.
She was running full speed, and that's a tough catch to make.
For sure. Here's the pitch. It's a bunt. Very nice bunt. It's going to be a base hit bunt is what it's going to be. So
now batting the pitcher, number 2, Joelle Otto.
So that will give the Vikings a runner with 1 out. Number 3 hitter here. Tries to do a running bunt. Ooh. Addison kept that one pretty low. It almost hit Avery.
Did he call that?
I think it was a strike because she went after it. So 0-1 with a stolen base. There's a base hit into right field. She'll get the third for sure, and she's going to try to score. Here comes the throw. It's a little late. So the Vikings get a base hit and an RBI out of that one. She never stopped. She just kept running.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Madison Hennon.
So 1-0, top or bottom of the first, and 1 out. And the Vikings threatening again. They got a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitcher from last game, Madison Hennon. There's a strike. Starter out.
You know, Tegan's serving song for volleyball it goes, I wish I was a little bit taller. And in that situation, if she was about 6 inches taller, she could have made that play.
Jump and grab that one. It was just over her head. That's up in the zone for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1. Kira with a little shoe maintenance.
What were they doing between games?
Amen.
Check your shoes.
Buy some Velcro. So 1-1 here. Here's the pitch. Up for ball 2.
In high school, and my friends and I, we invented a shoe called Air Nelcros.
Air Nelcros.
Air Nelcros, yes.
Nylon?
Nope. It was just
3-1.
kind of a play on Nike.
Okay.
But it was Velcro shoes with like air in them.
I've not seen those in the stores.
You know, there's only been one sold.
Okay.
It was to us.
Ball 4. So the Vikings have runners at first and second here with 1 out.
But for the right price, Mike, I can hook you up.
It sounds like it. It sounds like a supply and demand is probably not in play.
Now batting first baseman number 4, Courtney Anthony.
First pitch is on the way. It's outside for a ball.
It was a social studies project that we had to do and come up with something and make a commercial for it.
Did you come away with an A on that project?
Probably. I don't know. I graduated, Mike. Of course I did.
Oh, okay. There's a ball in the dirt.
I mean, that doesn't mean I got an A on the project, but
2-0.
You know, believe it or not, I was a fairly good student.
I believe that for some reason. And would you believe I was not the greatest of students?
I would not.
Yeah, I would know. It was a struggle till I got into college.
Then you found your groove?
Then it was like, you know what, you're paying for this, so you better do something with it.
That does make a big difference, doesn't it?
2-1 here. Ground ball to third. Gets by. She touched it and went foul, but it'll be in fair territory. Addison touched that one in fair territory, and then it went to the foul, so it'll stay fair.
Now batting second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So still 1 out here in the home half of the first. Lakers are coming up here trying to get a run at home if they can. Down for a ball. Yeah. Just kind of talking there if that was a hitter and error. And yep, if she feels that cleanly, she could step on third and might even have a chance at a double play across the diamond. That's up for ball 2. I think she tried to move her feet to the base before she had the ball.
So a big opportunity for the Lakers here to make a good defensive play and limit the Vikings' runs.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. And they'll take it to 2-1.
With the infield playing in, looks like the Lakers are planning on anything on the ground too, and they're going home to cut down that run.
Yep.
And it's easier because you just got to touch home plate.
Yep, it's a force. No tag needed. Comes a throw. It's going to go into left field. They're going to get 1 run out of it. What happened there?
So we're going to have another. We're going to have 2 errors on that one. I don't know who the error on that last one came from, but
so it's 3-1, I believe, and they have 2 runs, right?
Yes.
There's strike 2. I put my head down to look at the scoreboard here for a minute, and all of a sudden I saw runners were advancing again. I'm not sure what happened.
I'm on the wrong batter. I'm 2 batters behind on the graphic, Mike.
And there's ball 4, so it'll load them up again.
Now batting the catcher, number 6, Emily Walker.
All right, we got 1 out, 2 runs across here, and bases are full of Vikings. Here comes the pitch in the dirt, picked up by Taylor. Lakers desperately need an out here. Here comes a pitch. Fouled straight back. Evens it up at 1-1.
And out here, a good defensive play could erase all of the miscues that have happened in this inning to kind of get the Vikings going.
Oh, just missed that one. Fouled that one straight back. But it takes it to 1-2. Favor of the Lakers. Yeah, you'd like a strikeout would be great, but a ground ball to Avery and a force at home and then a quick throw down to first to get a double play would be great. That's hit well into right center. Aubrey Peterson tracking. She grabbed it. They're going to get a run out of it, though, but I think Aubrey saved the run for sure.
And she did a good job moving to her left. Now batting left fielder, number 8, Greta Bicey.
Yeah, that was in danger of 2 or 3 run scoring, and she held them to 1. There's a strike. So 3-0 Vikings. So they got runners on first and second, 2 outs here. Aubrey had to run a long way for that one too, didn't she? There's the ball.
Yeah, she did. She covered a lot of ground on that play. And one thing I've noticed, our outfielders, they're covering a lot of ground out there.
I said it in game 1. It's a huge advantage to have her back. There's a ball in the dirt. That'll allow the runners to advance. She covers a lot of ground out there. She's got quick feet and reads the ball really well when it comes off the bat. All right, so 2-1 here. Ground ball. Kira picks it up cleanly. Cross the diamond for out number 3.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the first inning, they score 3 runs on 2 hits, 3 defensive errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 1, Vikings 3, Lakers 0. Do it for Lakers, Aubrey Peterson, Kaya Gavareski, and Taylor Hins.
So the Lakers give up 3 runs in the home half of the first there. It could have been a lot worse, so we'll take a win there, only giving up 3. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Cottonwood Body Shop, owned by Taylor Benson, is your go-to place for all of your repair needs. From auto body repair to automotive refinishing, along with watercraft repair and gel coat and fiberglass repair, Taylor also paints, repairs, and welds aluminum and repairs plastic. Taylor's hidden talent is glass installation and windshield repair. For all of your repair needs, call Taylor Benson at 507-423-5431.
All right, we're back. Minneota finishing up here. They'll throw it down to second base, and the Lakers will send up. I think Mackenzie Herrick batted last inning, didn't she?
Oh, I didn't switch that. Yep, it is Aubrey.
Aubrey Peterson.
Leading off for the Lakers in the top of the second inning, the center fielder, number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
Now let's see if that old adage holds true here. Players that make great plays in the field, typically when they come up to bat first in the next inning, always find a way to get on base. Let's see if Aubrey can do that. There's strike 1 to her. One strike to the Lakers center fielder. Here's the pitch. A little behind that one. Falls it over the Viking dugout, so she's quickly behind 0-2.
After 1, the Twins are trailing Boston 1-0.
It's amazing they went on a 6 out of 7 game winning streak, and then all of a sudden they fell flat again. So much for my theory of nice play and getting on base.
Now batting first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gavareski.
See if Kaya can get things started here. Up per ball 1. Some words of encouragement from her coach in the third base box. Wind up in the pitch. Strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Got a piece of that one. Follows it back towards the catcher. How many days of school we got left?
If we're getting close, maybe 10? I don't want to seem excited about that, Mike.
Well, the 16th is the last day, right?
Yeah, there's 10 days left.
10 days?
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. And low, that's a ball. 2-2.
I did not have a countdown from the first day of school, I promise.
Well, that's good. That was a foul ball. You didn't do like the 25 days of Christmas and just do the 312 days of school that you count down every one of them? Or?
A piece of chocolate every day.
There you go. That'll work. You're up 7 pounds, but there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Picks it up, but she runs well. Just beat. Oh, she got it. The throw just beat her by half a step.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
So out number 2. That was hit kind of in the hole in between third and short. Shortstop made a nice play on it.
That's Madison Hennon.
After pitching a nice game, she plays a mean short as well. So that'll bring up the number 3 hitter. I'm sorry, number 7 hitter. That was a ball. Number 3 hitter of this inning. Looks in for a sign. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. Going to take a tough throw. Taylor's got good wheels. She beats that one out.
Well executed slap bunt there.
Yep.
Now batting third baseman, number 13, Addison Hins.
Taylor gets down the line extremely fast.
She was pretty excited to be able to play today. I was talking to her in class, and, she talked about yesterday coming out of the game, and she's like, I'm hoping I'm ready to go.
There's a swing and a miss. Yeah, I think it was 3 pitches in a row that got fouled off into her mask.
But she did mention that she's worried about getting another concussion.
Yeah. 1 strike here. Here's the pitch. Strike 2.
It's kind of cool that the kids are aware of that, because when we were in high school, that was not even a concern.
The phrase was rub some dirt on it and get back out there.
Yep. How many fingers am I holding up? You're good.
Yep. And if you said the wrong number, there's strike 3.
For the Lakers in the top of the second inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Due up for the Vikings, Mackenzie Benarek, Isabel Huzelbus, and Kirsten Huzelbus.
So after 1.5, it is still 3-0 with the Vikings coming to bat. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Borges Sporting Goods is your source for all your sporting gear needs. From Little League to college athletics, we have you covered, including all intramural and collegiate sports, as well as hunting and fishing gear for the outdoor enthusiasts. We also offer personalized in-store embroidery and silkscreen services at competitive prices. Stop by Borges and visit our store to see a wide variety of sporting goods we have to offer. For sporting, hunting, and fishing gear at the highest quality for reasonable prices, call or stop by Borges Sporting Goods on East College Drive in Marshall.
Borges Sporting Goods.
A little Katy Perry to bring us back in for the bottom of the second inning here.
Which is crazy, Mike, because that's the exact same song that I'm playing for the crowd right now.
What are the odds?
Don't know, but that was impressive.
Yes. So those of you at home, it's like you're at the game.
Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the second inning, the right fielder, number 14, Mackenzie Benarek.
All right, Avery looks in for a sign here. They're calling him from the dugout because Taylor looked into the dugout for what signal do I give. Here comes the first pitch. That wasn't the signal they gave. It was a ball. 1-0 to the number 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 2. And she says, I don't like that ball. Give me a different one. Can I get the ball that throws strikes, please?
Oh, he's actually getting that one out of there. Must have been a little mark on it or something.
It's probably that one that hit the face of the dugout before that the other umpire couldn't see that there was a cut in it. All right, here's the pitch. Oh, that's low, too. So ball 3. Three and 0. No free passes for the Lakers here. Hey, there's a strike. Takes it to 3-1. Here comes a pitch. Hey, strike 2.
So after throwing those first 3 balls, she's come back and delivered 2 nice strikes.
Gotta be the ball. Gotta be the ball.
Yeah, once you get rid of that one, it's here we go.
It's been much better since. Here's the payoff pitch. No, ball 4.
Now batting leadoff batter and third baseman number 1, Isabel Huzelbus.
So back to the top of the order here for the Vikings. Looking in there for a sign. Here comes the pitch. Bunts it. That's going to go foul, though. It was a tough pitch to bunt. It was really high.
Now, the one thing I noticed here, Mike, so the way that we fielded that, we had our first baseman and third baseman covering. Kira went to second. We had nobody covering third. If that's fair, our first base runner, Mackenzie Benarek, is going to be on third base, so the Lakers got to clean that up.
Usually when Aubrey Roush she does a nice job when she's in left field of coming in to take that third base spot. And who's out there today? That'd just be she hasn't played out there, whoever's out there, so because Aubrey's been in left every game.
You know, they could almost even have Kira come cover third in that situation.
Well, you can get your left fielder to come in. I mean, that's not that far. There's a strike. Throw it on to first. Not in time.
Should be a strikeout.
I was going to say that's strike 3, yes.
Now batting the center fielder, number 13, Kirsten Huzelbus.
Yeah, but you're right. Everybody's got a spot to be at, so. Here comes the first pitch. It's in the, oh, she went swinging after it, though. One strike to number 2 hitter. And here comes the pitch. Pop up in the infield. Kira calls for it and makes a nice play for out number 2.
Now batting the pitcher, number 2, Joel Otto.
So 2 outs here for the Lakers. See if they can get number 3. It's up for ball 1.
Joel singled in the bottom of the first inning for the Vikings.
Here comes pitch. Up for ball 2. Just missed on that one.
She also scored one of their 3 runs in that first inning.
Here comes the pitch. Down low, so she's all over the place on those 3 pitches. 3-0.
Time for a new ball?
Might be. Time for something. And ball 4. 4 pitches and 4 balls.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Madison Hennon.
The little bit I've been around Avery, she's got a pretty good mental status from a standpoint that really doesn't bother her. So she'll just say, you know what, that one's done, and I'll start throwing strikes to this one. And there's the first pitch strike.
Right on cue, Mike. She, after throwing those 4 balls, came back with a nice strike right down the middle.
I think as a pitcher, you have to have a very short memory when it comes to throwing that many balls that you just start throwing strikes again. There's strike 2.
I'd venture that's with, every sport. You got to have a short memory.
Yep. Unless you do something good, then you remember because you want to keep doing that. So 0-2, just gets a piece of it. See if Avery can take something off here and get her to get out in front of it and have a tough swing. Pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll end the inning.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the second inning, 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 2, Vikings 3, Lakers 0. Do it for the Lakers, Avery Hins, Kira Hins, and Tegan Feeney.
Quick inning for the Lakers there. They get 3 outs and don't give up any runs, so still down 3-0 heading to the top of the third. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back.
But what if we harness the power of collaboration? Imagine what we could achieve. Here at Farmward, we don't have to imagine. We're already doing it every single day. We are a family supporting families, cultivating strong communities, so that through the power of collaboration, anything is possible. Together, we are Farmward Cooperative, advancing farming for generations.
Good music to bring us back in. I like that.
What Bailey Zimmerman?
There you go. Did I tell you that Jacob got me for Father's Day Earth, Wind, and Fire tickets?
Where are they performing?
Waite Park, of all places.
Interesting.
I think the average age of the Earth, Wind, and Fire band is like 78 years old, so should be interesting if they're in wheelchairs or what they got going.
Leading off for the Lakers on the top of the third inning, the pitcher number 2, Avery Hins. You can't make me laugh when I'm going to make an announcement, Mike.
My deepest apologies. All right, here's the first pitch for a strike.
Anybody attending with you, or did he just get you solo tickets?
No, we got one of my really good friends from back home, his son, Jacob, and there's a ground ball for a base hit into right field. Avery's getting on base this afternoon. So the Lakers get a base runner here, leadoff base runner.
Now batting the shortstop and leadoff batter number 5, Kira Hins.
So to finish that up quickly, nope, we got 2 dads and 2 sons. Then the 2 sons kind of hang out every once in a while too. So there's a nice bunt. Nobody at third base. Left fielder is coming in to pick it up though.
Safe at first.
And she beats it out. Nice bunt.
Now batting second baseman number 14, Tegan Feeney.
So the Lakers have first and second, nobody out. Gotta believe that Tegan will be bunting here too to get the runners into scoring position. Here's the pitch. Nope, she's swinging away. Fly ball. Oh, nice play by the center fielder, diving.
Kirsten Halzebus.
That was an incredible play.
Another ESPN highlight.
Yeah.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Morgan Velde.
One out for the Lakers. Good job of base running by the Lakers not to get picked off there, too. There's the ball. Boy, 2 huge defensive plays today. One by the Lakers and one by Minneota. There's a ground ball to short. Got a play at third. That was their only play. Nice job to get the force out. Was hitting the hole between third and short.
Now batting designated player number 9, Mackenzie Herrick.
And you got a courtesy runner.
Who's courtesy at 7?
Well, I would say this is a pinch runner.
Pinch running at first base. Number 7, Addison Bowe.
Yeah, I was going to say that that's a position player, so they're gonna pinch run here versus a courtesy runner. So when you do that, for those that are watching, that's a difference in how they can come back into the game. Courtesy runner, you can come back in any spot, but when you pinch run, you have to come back in for that player. So the umpires just need to make a note of that so that if they do come back in, that they have that all worked out.
So while they're talking about, let's just look at our upcoming streams. We got a lot going on next week, Mike. On Monday, we got the True Team. Tuesday, softball versus McCrae. Wednesday, senior recognition night. Thursday, softball versus Lackaparle. And Friday is Pop's concert.
Well, you got a lot of live streams coming up.
And then Saturday's baseball. So we got 6 events next week.
Busy weekend, Lakeview. At Lakeview. All right, so Mackenzie Herrick steps in. There's a ground ball to short. Nice play. Could have stepped on second base, and she threw it across the diamond for out number 3. Nice play, though.
For the Lakers in the top of the third inning, they score 0 runs on 2 hits, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Do it for the Vikings, Courtney Anthony, Dakota Pesh, and Emily Walker.
All right, the Lakers threaten there, but don't get any across. So after 2.5, it's still 3-0 Minneota. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Farmers typically only get one chance to plant their crop that they rely on for the year. At DJ's Planter Sales and Service LLC, we provide agricultural technologies and a top-notch service-first mentality, creating a more efficient and effective pass across the field. DJ's Planter Sales and Service is located 2 miles east of Cottonwood. Call Dale at 507-829-1220 or email us at djsplantersales@gmail.com.
Yeah, let's go put some miles on it.
Okay, we're back. Minneota will send up their number 5 hitter here.
Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the third inning, the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
See if the Lakers can get a 1-2-3 inning again here. There's the ball to start out.
So Morgan Velde re-entered the game for Addison Bowe after Addison just ran for her in the top half of the inning.
Yep, so if Coach wants to put Bowe back in, the only place she can put her in for is Valde's spot. There's a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. I don't know when they started doing that courtesy runner thing. That was never a thing when I was growing up.
We had courtesy running when I played.
So it's been a little while. There's a pop-up behind the plate. It's going to get out of play, though.
So I know courtesy running was around in the mid-90s.
Okay. So 1-2 here. There's a ball. You know what? I don't mind it. It keeps the game moving, especially when you got Somebody courtesy running for the catcher.
Yeah, that was kind of my job. I courtesy ran for the catcher. Yeah. What? I was not the best hitter. I could field.
But you could run.
I could run. Got a lot of stolen bases.
No square wheels on the Lallam legs. There's a foul ball out of play. Keeps it at 3-2.
They've kind of gone square over the years, though.
Yeah. The older you get, the squarer they get.
Or flat.
Or flat, yeah. 3-2 here to the number 5 hitter. Here's the pitch. Popped up over the dugout for another foul ball.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Just going to say, this is who's going to win this battle.
Yeah. 4 foul balls. 3 balls.
Avery looks in. Here comes the pitch. Just gets a piece of it again. Good thing she choked up as much as she did because she barely got her bat on that one. Avery right around that strike zone, so she's got to protect with that swing. Here comes the pitch. That's ball 4. So the batter wins that one.
Now batting second baseman number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So we got nobody out here. There's the pitch. Swings right through it for strike 1. Took a cut at it, though. No balls and a strike. Here comes pitch number 2. That's up in the zone for a ball. Tried to throw down to first. Good coverage by Morgan Velde to hold the runner at first, though.
Taylor throws the ball down when I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, she likes to throw it around the diamond, that's for sure. Fouled straight back. Takes it to 1-2.
Because as soon as kind of the play is done, I go down to my screens to give the whatever happened on the play, and all of a sudden I hear Lacey, oh no.
Yeah, you can't take your eyes off the field, that's for sure. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Now batting the catcher, number 6, Emily Walker.
So that'll be the first out of the home half of the third for the Minneota Vikings.
If you want, you could throw the word Canby on there too.
I apologize. There's a fly ball into right field. That's going to be tough with the sun. Nice job by Morgan Velde, and she gets it in quickly to keep the runner at first.
She's made some nice plays in right field. And that one was one of them.
That was a good play.
Now batting left fielder, number 8, Greta Bicey.
So 2 outs. See if the Lakers can get the third out here. It's up for a ball. 1-0 to the number 8 hitter. Pitch is on the way. It's up in the zone 2 for ball 2. 2-0. Actually, it looks like the wind has died down a little bit out there, too. 3-0. Got to find that release point. All 3 of those pitches were darn near in the same spot. Some words of encouragement from her twin sister at third base. There's a strike. You know, more often than not, when she gets behind 3-0, she comes back and finds a strike. So
And it's happened twice for sure in this game, and both times she's thrown that strike.
See if she can follow it up again. Must have been outside. That's ball 4.
Now batting the right fielder, number 14, Mackenzie Benark.
So 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Number 9 hitter for the Vikings.
She walked in her last at-bat.
You know, the ump was holding it up there for a second, but Avery gets a wind-up in the pitch. There's a line drive up the middle. Aubrey Peterson does a nice job of getting it in quickly. No runs will score on that one.
Now batting leadoff batter and third baseman number 1, Isabel Halzabus.
Does bring up the top of the order for the Vikings/Lancers. There's a strike to start her out. I like how I put that in there for you.
Yeah, you can just say Canby. They're the Vikings. It's just Minneota Canby.
Oh, I tried.
It's all good.
One strike, Saul Goodman. Up for a ball. 1-1.
Isabel is 0 for 2 in this game. Lakers would like to keep her at 0 for 3.
Comes a pitch. Right down the middle, a swing and a miss for strike 2. One pitch away from getting out of this jam of bases loaded. See if Avery can produce here. That's down low. Good take. Tough one to take. It wasn't terribly low, but it was low.
It was a good placement.
Yep. Make her chase that stuff. Here comes a pitch. Up for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner should be off with the pitch here because there's 2 outs.
No room for error on this pitch.
Nope. See if they are taking off. Here comes a pitch. Just gets a piece of it. I didn't watch it. I was watching it come home. I didn't see if they took off running or not.
You know, kind of look at where the second base runner was. She didn't seem to be off running hard.
Yeah, they should be taking off here because you want to get a jump if it's a base hit. Here comes a pitch. Just gets a piece of it again. They're not going anywhere, are they?
They're not. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you got to know the game a little bit, too. Comes a pitch. And she watches strike 3 go by, and that'll do it.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 3 runners left on base. After 3, Vikings 3, Lakers 0. Do it for the Lakers, Aubrey Peterson, Kaya Gavareski, and Taylor Hins.
Nice job by the Lakers. They had bases loaded against them there and came across without giving up any runs. So still 3-0 going into the top of the 4th. We'll take a break and be right back.
Infinity Ag, located in Hanley Falls, Minnesota, is your trusted source of Pioneer seed. Infinity Ag serves area farmers with Pioneer seed sales and treatment, chemical sales, as well as drone services. Our focus is helping farmers boost productivity, profitability, and sustainability. We deliver great Pioneer products straight to your field. Infinity Ag proudly supports Lakeview athletics and activities.
Go Lakers!
All right, we're back. Minneota finishes up their warm-ups here in the top of the 4th inning.
Leading off for Lakers in the top of the 4th inning, center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
Aubrey's had a tough night at the plate. She's played great out in center field, but has not had a whole lot of success at the plate yet tonight. So let's see if she can get that turned around here on her at bat. It's up for ball 1.
You know, getting injured right at the start of the season, she hadn't seen a lot of pitching so far.
No, for sure. The fielding seems to never leave, but the timing of the batting, that takes a little bit longer to get back to it. So,
but
2-0.
She's a trooper, and she's going to give everything that she can. And
yeah, she's a leader on that team in the outfield for sure. So the timing. She's back for the what's going to be the end of the season here, and then the playoff run, which is what you want. So, got a chance to get on base here. She's ahead 3-0. Aubrey's got good wheels too, so if she can get on, you got a chance for have her run around the diamond a little bit. Three balls, no strikes. Number 5 hitter. There's strike 1. She's like, I want to go after that one, but 3-0, you got to let that one go by.
100%.
Here's the windup and the pitch. That's ball 4. She'll get on first base.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gavareski.
Coach yells a play here, so they got something brewing. See if it's a bunt or if they're trying to steal or what they got going. It was a bunt, and it's bunted foul. So nothing more than a short strike. I think they took the bunt off now. She didn't yell anything, so we'll see what happens here. There's a ground ball in between third and short, sharply hit for a base hit.
That thing was roped on the ground.
It was.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
No doubter there. All right, here's a prime chance for, Minneota's going to take time here, I think. Coach wants to talk to her pitcher. They're going to make a pitching change.
They are.
They're going to bring back Hennon, I think.
Yeah. So Joel's going to center field.
Pretty short leash there. Catcher's going to swap out 2, I believe.
All right, we're going to get the changes here for you. We know Joel Otto's out in second, or out in center.
Out in second?
Yep.
And Hennon is into pitch.
So Hannon's number 3. Who's at short? What number is at short?
I can't tell.
Linnea, do you know a lot of their changes? What? Do you know a lot of their changes?
All I know is 3 now pitching.
What number is that? What number is that second or short?
15.
And then who's catching? 6 still?
Yeah, I don't think that changed.
That didn't change? Okay.
We got all kinds of changes here, so.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
So first and second, no outs, new pitcher. Taylor takes a swing and a miss. So I made the comment, short leash, the Minneota coach let the pitcher from the second game that started here, well, who is it? There's strike 2.
Joel Otto.
Let Joelle go for as long as she felt comfortable with her, and she got first and second here with nobody out and said, you know what, we're going back to our heater thrower here, and Hennon came back in. There's a ground ball to third, going to get the force, and that's all they're going to get. Nice play at third to get 1 out.
Now batting third baseman, number 13, Addison Hins.
Taylor hit that one just a little too hard where it came right to the third baseman, was able to step on third base. That's outside for a ball. So 1-0, here comes a pitch towards the third base dugout for a strike on a foul. Evens it up at 1-1.
Oh, I really got something. I've got Danny Kockelman.
Here's a pitch, fouled straight back. 1-2 to Addison Hins, the third baseman for the Lakers. And now she's going to switch softballs. Give me the one that throws really hard.
15's at
short.
So she must have came in for Hulzebus?
She was not in the starting lineup? Still trying to make sense. All right, 1-2 here to Addison Hins. Here comes the pitch. Change up, but gets away from her, so it's up. Evens it up at 2-2.
So I'm not going to say who's due up for the Vikings because it's supposed to be Kirsten Hulzebus, but I think it's going to be Danny Kockelman.
Addison just gets a piece of that one to stay alive. Still 2-2. First and second yet for the Lakers. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and the second out.
Now batting the pitcher, number 2, Avery Hins.
All right, let's see what Avery can do here. She had her number in the first game. She hit her hard. See if she can continue that. Up in the zone for a ball. Avery seems to like that heat, so we'll see if she can get a base hit here and get the Lakers a run. Down low for a ball.
It'd also help herself on the mound.
Yep. Nothing better than helping yourself. 2-0 to the Laker pitcher. There's one right down the middle. She watches go by. 2-1. All right, I'm calling her right here, right back up the middle. Or watch it go by. 2-2.
How about right up the middle in this at bat?
Okay. See if we get good wheels on the base pad. So a base hit here. Let's go. Oh, and she swings right through it for strike 3.
For the Lakers in the top of the 4th inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Due up for the Vikings, possibly Kirsten Husselbus, and then Joel Otto and Madison Hennon.
I like the possible. I like that. Was good.
I didn't want it to be official.
Nope, that's good. All right, so after 3.5, still 3-0. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Farmers typically only get one chance to plant their crop that they rely on for the year. At DJ's Planter Sales and Service LLC, we provide agricultural technologies and a top-notch service-first mentality, creating a more efficient and effective pass across the field. DJ's Planter Sales and Service is located 2 miles east of Cottonwood. Call Dale at 507-829-1220 or email us at djsplantersales@gmail.com.
But I got one thing right. Been the kind of guy girls.
Okay, we're back. I think working on the changes here. You got number 2, it looks like, starting. Oh, no, 13 maybe? I'm not sure which one.
Yep, 13 and then 2.
So you got it figured out there then?
Nope. Because 15, I don't know, they maybe added a flex is probably what they did.
Clear as mud.
That would be my guess.
Can you add a flex?
Heidi, oh.
All right, so we got the leadoff hitter here. Ooh, bunts it down the first base line, but it goes foul.
Now batting, Kirsten Husselbus.
So 1 strike.
Heidi, is she a flex now? Did 15 come in as a flex? Did 15 come in as a flex at short?
Not as a flex. She came in for 6.
She came in for 6.
All right, here's the pitch. There's a fly ball into. Nice job by Kara Hins to get back to the edge of the grass and make a nice play for an out. So 1 out in the home half of the 4th. Lallam is working on the changes with the coach from Minneota. There's a foul ball straight back. That'll get out of play.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Joel Otto.
1 strike to Otto.
All right.
Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball.
So 6 is 15.
I think there's a strike. You said Otto, but this is Husselbus that's batting.
Oh, did I? It's. I said Joel Otto. I just didn't switch the graphic.
Oh, well, it's number 2 on the thing. That must be the.
That's the
batting
line.
order. Okay, all right, there. Okay, ground out to short. We shouldn't be talking between ourselves on that one, probably, but okay. So
good.
2 outs.
Now batting the pitcher number 3, Madison Hennon. Just got a lot going on here.
This is like ESPN 73. And I think there's only 72 channels that ESPN has. So, all right. So 2 outs. There's a ball to Madison Hennon, who started as the shortstop and now is pitching for the Vikings. There's a ball up in the zone. 2-0.
See, I knew something happened with the catcher.
They did switch.
They did switch, yes.
Because it looked like the catcher went back to the dugout, and I'm like, they have to be switching. So, But then I didn't see what happened after that.
Right.
Ball 3. All right, let's see if Avery continues her trend here of 3 balls and then coming back and throwing strikes. Here's the pitch. Nope, ball 4.
There, I think I'm caught up now.
Well, now you got a courtesy runner coming in.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon.
Yeah.
Oh, correction. First baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony. Ooh. And now what's courtesy running?
5.
Courtesy running at first base, number 5, Jayla Jerzak.
JJ, affectionately known as JJ. Okay, got all the changes made here. 2 outs, runner on first, ground ball to the shortstop. Could have gone to second, but goes across the diamond, and it works in any fashion for the 3rd out.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 4th inning, 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 4, Vikings 3, Lakers 0. Do it for the Lakers, Kira Hins, Tegan Feeney, and Morgan Velde.
So 5 complete. I think we have all the changes figured out now finally. Hopefully we'll just tell both coaches they can't change any more players, and we're good to go. But it is 3-0 Minneota Canby. We will be right back.
Steady. Reliable. Strong. The same things you want from your sports team, you want from your insurance company. Well, we're here to tell you that we've got your back to protect what matters most. So support your mutual with pride, and we'll serve you with honor. North Star Mutual Insurance Company. A personable company, keeping you on course. Proud supporter of Lakeview Athletics.
All right, we're back. The good part about Hennon coming in is she throws 1 pitch and then says, okay, put a batter in there.
Leading out for the Lakers in the top of the 5th inning, the leadoff batter and shortstop, number 5, Kira Hins. Kira's 2 for 2 in this game. Looking for hit number 3.
Here's the first pitch, way up in the zone. Gets over the catcher even for ball 1. Top of the 5th here for the Lakers. See if they can get some base runners. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Comes the pitch down in the dirt for ball 2. Hannon looks in. Lets it go by for ball 3. 3-1 to the Laker leadoff hitter. Here's the pitch. There's strike 2. Puts it to a full count. See who wins this battle, pitcher or hitter. I'm going to go hitter.
Hit error, what do you think?
That's a hit. I mean, that's a tough play. Even if she makes that play to spin and get that throw with that wheels, you ain't going to do it.
Now batting, second baseman number 14, Tegan Feeney.
So the Lakers get a leadoff runner here in the 5th inning.
That's only the 3rd hit that the Lakers have gotten off of Madison Hennon.
Yeah, she's a tough pitcher, that's for sure. So we'll see if they try to bunt her over. Nope. Down low. Ball 1. You know, you got a new catcher in there and you got good wheels on first. I would take a shot here. You got to make something happen. Swing and a miss.
The only issue with that is Kirsten was the catcher in game 1 that threw the runner out.
Agreed, but still, you need to make something happen.
I agree.
I mean, it's, you know what, or you got to bunt them over. You got to make something happen here. There's a ball up in the zone. Ooh, there's a delayed steal. I like that.
So give her a stolen base.
Yep. That's a good piece of base running by Kira.
You know, now doing that can build some confidence in the Lakers now in batting.
Yep. I think it's 1-2. 2-2? I'm not
3-1.
3-1, sorry.
That's what I had, but
there's ball 4.
now batting the right fielder, number 1, Morgan Veldy.
Okay, now you got first and second, nobody out, Morgan Valdi up. Conventional wisdom would say try to bunt and get them over to second and third for scoring position, but we'll see what they do. First pitch is on the way, swing and a miss, there's a changeup.
That is a nasty pitch.
It is. She was way out in front of that one, too. 0-1. There's a bunt. It's a good one. Only play is to first, and they do get that out. They're going to try to go home, and they are successful. Good job of base running by Kira Hins.
So a nice sacrifice bunt. Scores 1.
So all of that, we got 1 out.
Now batting designated player number 9, Mackenzie Herrick.
1 out, runner on third, and Mackenzie Herrick coming up the bat.
That was a perfect bunt by Morgan Veldy.
Yeah, and I don't think Kira broke stride. She came to third and then just kept going and was able to get home. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 to the number 4 hitter for the Lakers. In the dirt, nice block by the catcher. Keeps Feeney at third base. 1-1. Low for ball 2. 2-1. Looks in. Here comes a pitch. And that's low 2. Takes it to 3-1.
Good hitter's pitch right here.
Yeah, good at bat by Kenzie Herrick thus far. We'll see if she can continue it. If it's down the middle, swing. If not, let it go. She did. She went after that pitch and just missed it.
She's had a good eye at the plate. She swung at the only 2 pitches that were strikes.
Takes it to a full count, 3-2. Got 1 out with a runner on third. Would be nice to get that runner across the plate. Ball 4. Good at bat.
Let her fly.
Yeah, I would be all for it.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
All right, Petey's due here. Let's see what she can come up with. We got first and third here. First pitch swinging out of play for a strike. Aubrey walked her last time. First time getting on base. Attempted a bunt and missed it, but Kenzie Herrick will get the second base on that.
Easy stolen base for Kenzie.
So quickly behind 0-2 to the Lakers center fielder.
Lakers do have the tying run on second base.
And strike 3. Big out there for Minneota. That's their second out.
Now batting the first baseman number 11, Kaya Gavareski.
Kaya got a base hit her last at bat, didn't she?
She
Pretty
did.
Sure, yep.
Yep.
See if she can continue that here. Here comes a pitch. She went for it on that one. That was going for the fences on that one.
Yep. Base hit here could tie the game up.
Wind up in the pitch.
Good eye.
Must have been inside, huh?
Looked like it.
Looked like the right height. Just must have been in. So 1-1. That must be a little high. 2-1. Boy, I like Hennon pitching. I mean, she throws hard, and she just gets in there and throws it. There's no messing around. That's down low, 3-1.
Yeah, she doesn't take a walk around the mound and think about things.
It's give me the ball, and I'm just going to throw it. 3-1. Right there was probably the most time in between pitches that we've seen all night.
I think that was just to compose herself after throwing those 3 straight balls.
Yeah, so works it to a full count now. Here's the pitch. Swing, or no, watched it go by for strike 3. That'll do it.
For the Lakers in the top of the 5th inning, they score 1 run on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Do it for the Vikings, Dakota Pesh, Danny Kockelman, and Greta Bicey.
So Lakers pick up 1 run there on some good base running by Kiera Hins. Cut the lead to 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We will take a break and be right back.
Did you know the Lakeview Booster Club supports the communities of Cottonwood and Wood Lake in addition to supporting the Lakeview School District? The mission of the Booster Club is to be a supporting organization for all Lakeview extracurricular, co-curricular, and Lakeview-affiliated enrichment programs. The Lakeview Booster Club is proud to be the main supporter of all Lakeview athletic, fine arts, and school activity live streams. Please consider supporting the Lakeview Booster Club by scanning our QR code on the screen or visiting lakeviewboosterclub.com.
Tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
And we're back for the home half of the 5th inning.
Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning, the second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
Avery still on the mound for the Lakers. Here's her first pitch. There's a strike to start her out. 0-1. Avery looks in. Here comes the pitch. That's up for a ball. Well, leaving it at 1-1. Rocks and fires down in the dirt. 2-1. How many teams are at the track meeting? Will that be here for a while tonight too?
It'll probably be about 8:30 or so. I don't usually there's 8 or 9. I didn't see the number for this one.
3-1 to the number 6 hitter for the Viking team. Make it ball 4.
Now batting the shortstop, number 15, Danny Kockelman.
All right, we'll see what the Vikings have planned here. Got a leadoff runner on with nobody out. First pitch is on its way. Thought about a bunt. It's a ball. The sun is starting to creep down. It's getting harder and harder out in right field to see, even at second base. There's a strike.
Nice pitch on the inside corner from Avery Hins.
Takes it to 1-1. There's a fly ball towards the second baseman. Nice. Oh, she dropped it, but she's got a chance for the force out, and she gets it. Looked like she might have lost it in the sun a little bit there.
Now batting left fielder, number 8, Greta Bicey.
Good job by Tegan to keep her composure and find the ball and make the force out throw to second base to Kiera. There's a swing and just gets a piece of it for strike 1.
Yeah, Dakota was left in no man's land there. Yep. She had to stay at first base if that ball were caught.
Unless you can see the future, there's no way that you can go anywhere on that one. Inside for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1. Avery looks in. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball. Second base. Got to force at second. They get it. Kiera tries to get that speedy runner, but to no avail. They do get an out of it, though.
Double plays are really hard to make. Now batting the right fielder, number 14, Mackenzie Benarik.
Yeah, in order to get a double play in softball, you got to be on the base. It can't be a whole lot of throwing it around. There's a ball. We've had a couple this year, though.
They're fun when they happen.
Yep. I think we had one in this game. It was the unconventional one, but where Minneota had one. There's a ground ball to second. Should be an easy force, and she does get to it for the third out.
We had 3 fielders' choices at second base this inning. For the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning, 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base after 5. Vikings 3, Lakers 1. Do it for the Lakers, Taylor Hins, Addison Hins, and Avery Hins.
So the Lakers give up a few base runners there, but they're able to get the outs at second base on every out, so they sneak out of that inning, not giving up anything. It was a pretty quick inning, too. So 3-1, heading to the sixth. We will take a break and be right back.
Leading off for the Lakers in the top of the sixth inning, the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
All right, the Lakers got 6 outs left here to try to generate a few runs to tie it up. Let's see if they can take advantage here in the sixth and push a couple runs across to tie it up. Taylor steps in. First pitch is on the way. It's up in the zone for a ball. 1-0 to the Laker catcher. Late swing for a strike. I think that would have been a strike even if she hadn't swung. It looked like it was right on the plate.
Yeah, she definitely had to go after that pitch. I don't think she wanted to right away and then realized it was going to be a strike, so just threw the bat at it and hope for the best.
There's a perfect slap into center field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting. Leadoff runner's on.
Now batting third baseman number 13, Addison Hins.
All right, Addison's on that left side as well. You got good speed on the base paths. We'll see if they try to bunt her over. Need one run at a time here. Here's the pitch. She looked like she was going to bunt. The ball was way up for ball 1. Nobody on third base there. If
the left fielder was coming in.
Okay,
yep.
I couldn't see her. Kind of takes a running swing at that when it goes foul.
I was just going to talk about that the Vikings were fielding that bunt perfectly as far as positioning.
I can't see from where I'm sitting, so I couldn't tell if she was coming. I just saw there's nobody at third base. All right, so 1-1 here. You got a runner on first. Here's the pitch. It's up for a ball. 2-1. Oh, she went after a ball there. Up in the zone, way up in the zone. Takes it to 2-2. Tough to lay off that. And there's strike 3.
Now batting the pitcher, number 2, Avery Hins.
All right, Avery's had a pretty good bat here tonight. Let's see if she can keep it going. With 1 out. Big swing and a miss on that one. Avery does not get cheated on her swings. There's the pitch. Held up on that one. Takes off running. Good coverage by the center fielder. Taylor Hins, a successful steal. Should be 1-1. Lakers got a runner in scoring position here. Should get a base hit. There's strike 2. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, if she could put this ball in play, I think Taylor could score.
There's a foul ball. Nice play by the third baseman for the second out.
That was Isabel Halzabus making that catch. Now batting, leadoff batter and shortstop number 5, Kiera Hins.
So 2 outs. Brings up the leadoff batter. Kiera's had a good night at the plate. See if she can keep it going. That's out for ball 1.
3 for 3 in this game.
Making a play for player of the game.
It's like you
were just gonna go there.
read my mind, Mike.
That's up, and that'll allow Taylor to get the second or the third. 60 feet closer.
So, yes, stick with us. We'll have 2 player of the games, one from game 1 and one from game 2 after the conclusion of this game.
Goes after that one and follows it straight back. So 2-1.
Remind me to make sure that the mic is unmuted.
Yep, we don't need a recurrence of last week. Hennon looks in. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the pitch. Laid off of it. Takes it to a full count. Three-two, 2 outs. Runner on third. And she swings right through it for strike 3.
For the Lakers in the top of the 6th inning, 0 runs on 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Do it for the Vikings, Isabel Huzzelbus, Kirsten Huzzelbus, and Joelle Otto.
Lakers are down to their last 3 outs. They got to get 3 outs here, but they've got 3 to the left to try to push 2 across. We'll see if they can keep them to 0 in the home half of the 6th. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Patrick Mahomes, quarterback, Kansas City.
Travis Kelce, tight end, Kansas City.
Isaiah, meat manager, Hy-Vee.
At Hy-Vee, we hand select our beef, choosing only the finest cattle from the Midwest, which guarantees you get the most flavorful choice and prime steaks. So, for the best beef around,
leave it to the pros.
Think about me every night, oh, isn't that sweet? I guess so. So you can see.
All right, we're back. Lakers are finishing up here. I think Avery's got one more pitch here.
Avery's approaching the century mark. She's at 99 pitches. Next one will be number 100.
The century mark.
Leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning, the third baseman, number 1, Isabel Huzzelbus.
17.
Pinch hitting, number 17, Jasmine Peterson.
All right, so first at bat here for Peterson. Avery still on the mound, looks in, pitch 100 is a strike. How many out of 100 strikes?
55.
I'm going to guess that's about 55% on the night. Am I close? There's strike 2.
Let me get my calculator out.
All right. Now we're at 55.1%. Quickly ahead 0-2 here to the pinch hitter. Chases that one for strike 3. That's what they call good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Kirsten Huzzelbus.
Swing and a miss. Avery's in a groove right now. See if she can continue it.
Kirsten's 1 for 3. Lay down a bunt in her first at bat.
Here's the windup in the pitch. It's in the dirt. We'll take it to 1-1.
Vikings have only 3 hits in this game.
Yeah, pretty clean game again. There's a strike, 1-2.
The Lakers are out hitting them 7-3, but yet trail 3-1.
Crazy how these games work out. Avery's ahead here, 1-2. Just gets a piece of it. Goes towards the dugout. She almost threw the bat at that one.
We are hosting a JV tournament here tomorrow.
I saw that, yep.
We
1
won't-
ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Ooh. That looked like it was up in the zone.
A little inside.
Yeah.
Now batting center fielder, number 2, Joelle Otto.
We'll take it. It's 2 outs. There's a foul ball straight back.
So we'll have some games on the turf tomorrow. So it's kind of exciting to actually get to use the video board for the scoreboard now.
Are you live streaming stuff tomorrow?
No live stream.
Okay. Good. I didn't want to feel guilty because I wasn't coming. So
If I would have been in this box, we potentially could have, but
it's down in the dirt for a ball.
then we got to get camera operators all day long. And
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. So no stream tomorrow.
1-1 here. inside for a ball. Makes it 2-1. Yeah, I think, what is it, 6 teams? I think there's
5 teams.
5 teams?
Yep.
And
RCW, Marshall.
Oh. Ooh, there's a rope into center field. Peterson cuts it off. That's a nice piece of hitting. Base hit.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Madison Hennon.
So the Vikings get a runner with 2 outs here. Brings up the pitcher. She swings through the first pitch for a strike.
Madison's 0 for 1. 2 walks.
I think when I talked to Jamie Anderson, Coach Anderson of the JV, that they're doing time games tomorrow even, right? So they're trying to keep them on schedule.
Yeah, I think that's 60, hour 15, somewhere around there. 60, 75 minutes, and then no new inning starting after that. Should be 1-1.
Shoot.
2-1, I think.
2-1, yep. I was looking at you on that last pitch, not paying attention. I thought it was a swinging, but obviously not. So 2-1. Make it 3-1. Gets away from her, and they'll get a runner down to second. So, runner in scoring position for the Vikings. Base hit probably scores her. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ouch. That's going to be ball 4. And the runner will advance. So now we got runners at the corners. We're going to get a courtesy runner here.
What number? 5?
5.
Courtesy running at first base, number 5, Jayla Jerzak. And now batting the first baseman, number 4, Courtney Anthony.
All right, so to set the stage here, we got first and third, 2 outs. And the number 5 hitter up here. Shows a bunt, pulls back. I didn't see, was that a strike?
Strike called.
Okay. Just watching the runner go to second base on that one. So second and third now. Lakers really need to get this out. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Avery quickly ahead, 0-2. There's a pitch. There's a line drive into right center. That's going to score 1 run. It's going to score 2 runs. We're going to get a play at third base possibly. Nope, she's going to get a stand-up triple out of that.
Now batting second baseman, number 12, Dakota Pesh.
So that takes it to a 5-1 lead for the Minneota Canby team. There's a strike to the second baseman. Oh, 1 here. Pitch down low for a ball. 1-1. Avery looks in for the sign. Here comes the pitch. Goes after it. Strike 2. Good cut, but just missed it.
Might have swung at ball 3. Or I mean ball 2. Would have been 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like it was just about chest high, but who knows? Lays off that one. That definitely is a ball. 2-2. Avery looks in. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, just up. That's a hard one to lay off of. Well, we're right at the 3-hour mark for both games, it looks like. Pretty quick, clean games for both teams. Ooh, there's strike 3.
It's going to end the inning, too.
Yeah.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 6, Vikings 5, Lakers 1. Do it for Lakers, Tegan Feeney, Morgan Velde, and Mackenzie Herrick.
So the Lakers down to their last 3 outs of the night. They have a 5-1 deficit. They'll need to score some runs here in the top of the 7th. We'll take one more break and be right back.
Oh, shoot. All right, we'll get the commercial going.
The Schaefer's 5 generations of towing began in 1920 in Renville. a small town in western Minnesota. It all started with one tow truck and a phone number that was only 3 digits long. Today, the Schaefers provide towing and roadside services across the nation and have over 100 pieces of equipment. Everyone asks me where the Pulver name comes from. My great-grandpa purchased Pulver Towing in the 1980s and chose to keep the name. The Schaefers and Pulver Towing have provided services for over 100 years, and we will continue to be there when you need them most. Pulver Towing, big or small, we tow them all.
All right, we're back.
Leading off for the Lakers in the top of the 7th inning, the second baseman, number 14, Tegan Feeney.
Tegan Feeney will try to get things started here for the Lakers. Swing and a miss. Strike one. I got itchy ears. I had to itch my ear. All right, one strike. He looked at me like I was crazy. Here's the pitch. Change up. Down the third base line. That'll be a base hit. Great piece of hitting by Tegan Feeney. That hopped right over the third base.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 1, Morgan Velde.
So the Lakers get a leadoff runner on here. Here's the pitch. It's up for a ball. One ball, no strikes.
Depending on what happens here, though, Mike, what do you think about those two player of the games?
Yeah, we'll go with Avery for the first one. And
yeah.
There's a ball. Nice throw to second. Oh, nice slide, and she knocks the ball out of her hand.
Wasn't it Addison?
Wasn't. I don't remember. Now I'm confused on, was that a ball or a strike?
That was a ball.
So you got 1-1?
Or, oh, I don't know.
2-0. Yep, he just said 2-0. So we got 2-0. Nobody out. Now we got 3-0.
After this, I'll pull up that other game, but.
It was who played right field? I'm pretty sure it was Avery in right field. Because she had the first hit. She got the hit in that inning. There's ball 4. Lakers are threatening here. They got first and second.
Now batting designated player number 9, Mackenzie Herrick.
You get first and second and nobody out. You'll have to look back, but I'm pretty sure that Avery broke up the no-hitter. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. That takes it to 0-1.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Avery.
Yeah. So I think that's what we agreed on first one.
Yes.
Avery. And then Kira has got 3 hits this game, right?
Yep.
There's a swing and a miss. Kenzie goes down quickly.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Aubrey Peterson.
That's the first out. All right, Aubrey Peterson is due here. Let's see if she can put the ball in play. And she does, right at the pitcher. Got to play at third, and she does get it. That might leave a mark there, though.
Yeah, she had no idea where that ball went right away.
It was a great job after getting hit to still pick it up and get an out.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11, Kaya Gavareski.
Aubrey Peterson she put a nice swing on it and hit it hard.
Now they're checking her out. That did kind of catch her ankle, I think.
Yeah, I think it got her right foot. Yep, that's when she's trying to stretch out a little bit. She's got a smile on her face, so that's positive. I don't know, pitching-wise, she's jumping up and down. I don't know, pitching-wise, which would be harder. Now she's got her teammates.
Did you see her
as
teammates
well.
copying her?
Yeah,
that was.
Now they got and the umpires even joining in for a little bit there.
Should play a little what's the chicken dance? There we go.
All right, so looks like she's going to stay in. I don't know if they're going to give her a warm-up pitch just to see if it's okay.
Yeah.
That's your push-off leg, so I think that would be probably the one you don't want to have. Aubrey Peterson thought that was a real pitch. She was like ready to run. Yeah, okay. We'll give her the practice route on that one. All right, so we got 2 outs here, down to their last out. Here's a pitch, way up for a ball.
Kaya's 1 for 3 in this game.
Yeah, Kaya did 2 at bats ago, had a great hit, like hit it really hard. See if she can do that again. There, it's ground ball. That's going to score. Nope. They're going to have to hold her up at third. Another base hit, though.
Now batting the catcher, number 8, Taylor Hins.
I almost wonder if we should reevaluate with Kaya there with 2 hits. She hasn't been up here yet. Kira's been up here.
I'm okay with Kaya, too.
Yeah, let's do that. Then we get some new people into the mix. Ground ball into the left field. They're going to get 1 run for sure, maybe 2. They do get 2, and they get runners at second and third. Nice piece of hitting there by Taylor Hins.
Now batting third baseman, number 13, Addison Hins.
How big is that last inning where Minneota picked up 2 runs? Otherwise, it's 3-3. Now they still have a 2-run lead, but Lakers have both the tying runs in scoring position. There's a pop-up. Catcher's got a chance and makes the play for the 3rd out. Nice play by the catcher.
And that's a final in game number 2. Minneota Canby Vikings 5, Lakeview Lakers 3. Lakers scored 3 runs on 10 hits, 3 defensive errors, and leave 11 runners on base. The Vikings scored 5 runs on 5 hits, 0 errors, and 10 runners left on base. Time of the game, 1 hour and 32 minutes.
All right, so that'll do it for both games. Lakers fall in Game 2, 5-3. Played very well in both games tonight. Didn't come out on the winning end, but Minneota's a tough team.
Yeah, that was a good effort from the Lakers. They gave it their all.
Yep, for sure.
I'll grab them.
Okay. Two. Peace out. Peace out. All right. Phil's got the attentions of both of them. Do we have full volume this time? We do have full volume. Careful, don't fall over. All right, we are first joined by Avery Hins. Nice game tonight, Avery.
Thank you.
Hold on. Stop the phones. All right, now we've got it on. Are we good to go now? Okay, we're good to go. So we brought you up from the first game. You broke up the no-hitter from Hennon. So nice piece of hitting there. The first question I wanted to ask is how tough is it to see out in right field on that? There was a fly ball that kind of got off to the right side. Did you see it the whole way, or is it tough to pick up?
No, I didn't see it the whole way. I had it like right in the sun with my glove too, and then the wind took it to the other direction.
It kept going. It kind of kept floating to the right. Yeah, so that sun is tough to judge out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like when you're batting, like you had a couple hard hit balls off of that hen, and she throws hard. That's got to be is she the hardest pitcher you guys have seen this year? From a speed standpoint, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, she throws really hard. She has a good changeup too.
Yeah.
So, but were you looking fastball every time you go up there, or what are you looking for when you're swinging the bat?
I like fastballs, but a lot of the time if she would throw a changeup, her next one would always be a fastball again.
So you could kind of pick up that she had a pattern to what she was trying to throw.
Kind of, yeah.
Good. And you threw the second game. You threw really well. Did you feel good out there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you were at like 55% when you hit at 100 pitches. You had thrown 55 strikes and 45 balls. So that's kind of that. If you can stay at that 50% or higher mark, that's kind of a successful mark. So good job out there tonight. Tough game. Minneota's a good team. They were 10-1 coming in, I'm pretty sure. So they go to 12-1, but that's a good team. You guys played good for both games. So next week you got some more games coming up, right? And you're playing tomorrow?
Yep.
And you're going to get some pitching tomorrow too?
I think so.
How does the arm feel?
Good.
And you can keep throwing?
Yeah.
Good. All right, so nice job today. We will hope for some good news for the JV tomorrow, and we'll see you back here next week.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, in Game 2, player of the game, we are welcomed by – turn that one around a little bit. Let's get this over Oh, there we go. All right, we're good to go. Kaya Gabareski, right?
Gabareski.
Okay. So we brought you up here. You swung the bat really well in game 2.
Yeah.
Couple of hits.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're out there, do you like pitchers that throw harder, or do you prefer the ones that aren't quite so hard, or do you have a feel for that?
I just want to hit the ball.
Just want to hit the ball?
Yeah.
So when you go up there, are you looking for fastballs, or are you looking to adjust when it comes in, or what's your thought process when you're swinging the bat?
Fastballs.
Fastballs. So you look for that. And did she throw you any changeups tonight?
One in the first game.
And did you get out leaning out front trying to swing at it, or did you stay back? Yeah, you got leaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had a really good changeup, so that's hard to judge. You guys played really well, both offensively and defensively. Any keys that you look at that you could do better on?
Just confidence when our errors are getting to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge benefit to have Petey out in center field too, right?
Yeah.
She covers a lot of ground and made some nice catches tonight too.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think overall, you want to win every game, but you guys stayed in them, and that's a good team. So both good games from that standpoint. So, all right. So next week you're off, and got a full slate of games next week, right?
Yeah.
So get some wins next week.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping up.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you up here next week
Thank
again.
you.
You bet.